all tied up, and this first set is dead even.
Unbelievable combination.
Wow.
Beautifully done.
What a great spot.
It's better. Rip the one back arrow.
Oh, say can you see fine tongues early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello and welcome to the 2025-26 APTA Men's and Women's National Championships. We're live from the Canoebrook Country Club in Summit, New Jersey, bringing you the 2026 APTA National Championship with live streaming brought to you by the APTA membership and our tour presenting sponsor, Corian. Tournament support has been provided by the following presenting sponsor, Land Rover Parsippany, where excellence comes standard. Platinum sponsors, Sea Louse, helping clients achieve their investment objectives since 1984. The New Jersey Men's Platform Tennis Association, the New Jersey Women's Platform Tennis League, our gold level sponsors, thanks to PPAC Private, Pure Hockey, Skinletics, UBS, Xenon, M4, and Viking, our silver level. Wengo Social, Center Court, Spyro, Harrison, and Nelson, Courtside Rehab and Training, Equals 5, Grant Homes, Cisco, Susan Penny Parcels at Sotheby's, Jackson Lewis, Richard Wright from One Point BFG Wealth Partners, One Digital, Unity Jets, and Wealth Enhancement. And thank you to all our additional sponsors who helped make this event so spectacular. I am Patty Hogan, along with the one and only Lauren Mandel, and we'll be joined by Guy Moore, bringing you the women's finals, featuring our number 1 seeded team of B. Lopez and Taya Page up against our tournament number 2 seeded team of Ellie Halbauer and Anna Zubori. Welcome, Lauren.
Good morning, Patty. I mean, this is the match everyone's been waiting for. Two teams, you know, two of the very top teams in the game, two of the top 3 teams, and both had to play great paddle to get here. They were both so impressive yesterday. You'll see when we remove this graphic of the players, I'll tell you who everybody is. So on this side of the court, in the deuce court, with the white paddle, is B. Lopez and her partner, Taya Page. And on the other side, they were dressed all in white yesterday like angels, and today they have their devil outfits on. Ellie Halbauer in the, Anna Maria Zubori with the visor on, and Ellie Halbauer is her partner. And Patty, these are the 4 top finishers in the APTA Cup, and this is really the cream of the crop here. So what do you think we're looking for today in this final?
Well, before we get into that, Lauren, will you talk about the matchups between these two teams?
Sure. They've played 3 times. So Halbauer and Zubori are a pretty new team. They started playing together when Florentina Hanisch hurt herself earlier this season, and we wish Flora all the best and are glad to hear that she's back out on the court and will be back with us next season. She's missed. But Zubori and Halbauer teamed up, and they've been on fire, and they've played, they beat Lopez and Pejic in the semis, in the finals of in the semis of Short Hills and in the semis of Boston. They beat them in straight sets. And Lopez and Pejic got their revenge in the finals of Midwesterns. They took the match in 3 sets. So I don't know if Lopez and Pejic figured something out or what, but what I do know is that this should be a very, very competitive encounter.
Yeah, what a setup the tournament committee has come up with here. Just a spectacular weekend. Big shout out, Rob Scanoni, Blake Anderson, our tournament co-chairs, Pam Randazzo, Diego, Jimmy White, Ian McDonald, all Canoe members, and Leslie Stitzka, Karen Prosha, Justin Taylor, John Lubau, Greg Morgan, Debbie Tooths, and Melissa Lucchini. Just an amazing effort. They thought of everything to make this event so special. I mean, the village that they've created here on the campus of Canoe, really amazing. Lauren, our tour started out this year with Lopez Pejic earning their first win at Montclair. They got their second win when they were in Baltimore. They got their third win, the last event, 2 weeks ago at the Midwesterns. So they come into this seemingly back at the form that got them into the finals of Nationals last year, after having that epic semifinal win over Zubori and Hanisch. So this will be kind of an interesting matchup. It's kind of predictable when you looked at the tournament and you go through the women's draw. There was one team out of the top 16 who didn't make it through. I think that was McCallum and Oaks, team from Chicago. And they got themselves into the 16s, but the draw followed exactly by the seeds all the way here to the finals. And, 4 of our most dynamic players in the game are out here. Lauren, should we talk about their path to the finals a little bit for each of these teams?
Sure. So, pretty straightforward, smooth sailing. Lopez Pejic haven't really, all their matches have been straight sets. In the quarters, they beat Alexandre and Boer, and they had a tough second set there, 6-3, 7-5. And yesterday they cruised through the first set against Elliott and Lalich, who are right up there with these two teams in terms of their ability and results. And the second set was a real battle, and Lopez and Pejic took that 6-4. And Halbauer and Zubori have also just cruised all the way through. They had a tricky matchup against Nicolescu and Rudesno in the semis, in the quarters. They won that 6-3, 6-2, and they completely dismantled Morgan Sakura yesterday in the semis, 6-3, 6-0. So neither of these teams has been met with too much resistance, and I think you're going to see a different story today.
Yeah, you got a great shot of one of the hospitality tents. That was the dance floor last night, Lauren. There was a crazy party. I saw you right there, the DJ. You were out there dancing with your husband, igniting the crowd.
Well, and this morning there's a breakfast with all different kinds of breakfast sandwiches and an unbelievable Bloody Mary bar. So if you can get yourself to Canoe Country Club now, I would advise doing so.
And as you can see, the crowd's coming in. First 100 people got a T-shirt, a Nationals T-shirt today, which is kind of cool. And I know that there'll be some other things that will be passed out and going on here. And following this match, we will have an awards presentation for the 2026 National Champions. And then men's finals. Who's playing, Lauren?
Well, who do you think's playing?
I'm going to go with number 1 and number 2 seed.
Well, yes, although, they've had very different paths to the finals. Regalado and Salazar have had pretty straightforward matches, and Nunez and Powers, except for their first round, have gone 3 sets in every single match, and I don't know how they're still standing up. They've played so much paddle. But that is always an incredible matchup, and we have 2 matches here today that I just cannot wait to see.
All right, number 1 seeded team of B. Lopez, Taya Page. What do they have to do to win today and win their first national title?
Well, most importantly, I think any team that plays Halbauer and Zubori is you have to lob well. Because if you don't lob well, Zubori's going to carve you up with her spins and her slashes on her overheads, and Ellie Halbauer is going to just decimate any short lobs with her incredibly powerful roller. And you just don't want to be chasing all day against that. Let's listen to what the umpire.
Final of the 2026 APTA National Championship. Today's final match will be the best 2 out of 3 tiebreak sets, with the third set being played out. On my left, from Morristown, New Jersey, B. Lopez. And her partner from Stamford, Connecticut, Taya Page. On my right, from Old Westbury, New York, Anna Maria Zubori. And her partner from Cincinnati, Ohio, Ellie Halbauer. Page and Lopez won the toss and have elected to receive.
From Morristown, New Jersey, that's the voice of our umpire, Rob Laboon.
And for Halbauer and Zubori, I think they have to really focus on controlled aggression. If they play within themselves, aren't too careful, but they have so much offense, and when they don't make errors in bunches, or when they keep their game from redlining, they are very hard to beat because they have more shots than anybody.
Ellie, whichever one you don't want, I'll take.
I'll tell you, yesterday's semifinal that I was on, Page and Lopez's win against Elliott and Lalich. That first set was a stuff of legend for Page and Lopez. They didn't miss, I think, 3 unforced errors between them in the first set. They played a flawless set of paddle in the morning. And I said at the end of the match, they won the match. They beat those guys. I don't think Macy and Lisa lost the match.
Halbauer to serve. Players ready.
Just incredible high-level play from Page Lopez.
And it's super impressive because I was on Macy and on their quarterfinal match, and I don't think they made 3 unforced errors.
Right, so it's an intriguing matchup here.
Yep. Here we go.
Can we go around the horn, Lauren? Tell us who's who.
Sure. Starting in the bottom right is B. Lopez with the tank
court.
top. Yep. In the deuce court, and her partner who just put that ball away, Taya Page. And there with the red visor is Anna Maria Zubori, and serving is Ellie Halbauer.
Former top 230 tennis player in the world, turned pro at 15. Cincinnati's finest.
And she's really improved a lot of things in her game, Ellie Halbauer, in the last year. Her serve is so good now, and you'll see her roller, but her volleys have gotten better, and she's so quick to close the net. I love that. And her drives have always been incredible.
Little early overhead pattern developing here with Zubori and Halbauer. We'll talk about it in a second. But beautiful lob. And like you said, critical for Page and Lopez to lob well to negate the offensive threat at any moment from Zubori and Halbauer up at that net.
No, good. That's the right play, though. Page closed.
30-15.
Just missed the volley.
My guess, thinking about this match and the matchups, was curious who they'd go after, who each team would go after. And I think the red team looks like they're spreading it out right now, where I thought they started off with a lot to Lopez, and I wouldn't be surprised as the match goes on, the heavy roller. I think the Halbauer heavy roller from straight ahead is one of the game's toughest shots to defend.
I mean, it's scary when you're sitting here watching it.
30
Like,
all.
it's so, the sound that ball makes off her paddle. And it's just so hard. And now, Lopez and Page are two of the quickest, and they will immediately get out of the way of that ball and track it down. But it's still devastating.
One of the things with the red team that I watch, Lauren, is if
30,
Zubori,
40.
I called a match the other day, if she shares the overheads with Ellie, she's got to let Ellie keep hitting. And when Anna was playing with Floor, she took 99%. And I don't think that works for them as well as a team. I feel like
Lopez, Page, they lead 1-0 first set.
Halbauer, so many weapons, especially in the baseline, forehand or backhand, Lauren, that most teams, the only way you have success with them is you got to go to Zubori, pin her into her corner, and don't give Ellie any of those wide open touches. And I think Page and Lopez, what I saw them do so well yesterday is they were able to just hit a million neutral volleys. They waited longer, absorbed the pace, hit lower bouncing balls, and didn't feed into, didn't really make anything easy for Lalich and Elliott, who we're used to seeing have so many offensive opportunities. But their volleying and keeping the ball straight ahead mean they didn't have to shift very much. The more they shift, the more vulnerable they are, because they have a little bit of a tendency to play off the net a bit. They're so confident in their hands, but you cannot play off the net and volley well in a match against Zubori and Halbauer.
Wow, what a great lob. Jeez. Back of the line lob.
Love 15.
Warmer temps getting in the 60s here today in New Jersey. I expect more breaks of serve in this final than what we've seen in, the path here.
All these women have excellent returns.
I think Zubori, Halbauer have an edge in the serving over Lopez and Page. And in particular, I think the Lopez serve at times, she just doesn't generate quite as much pace as the other women. She can hit a kick serve, she can get the spin. She'll have to get the pace because you've got to serve well, you've got to move it around. You got to use your brain. You really got to make some smart choices on your serving to not feed, what Zubori and Halbauer will want to hit. And those shots may change throughout the course of the match. And I think having that awareness as a server, really keeping track of, okay, I served her there. Oh, that was not good. Like, you can't serve Halbauer wide, I've seen. You got to go into her body or up the tee. Even though it's her two-handed backhand, it's just as mighty as her forehand. Easier to cover if you're Page and Lopez.
Get a little look of the overheads of Zubori and Halbauer. Here we go with the roller.
Page and Lopez, this is exactly how they started yesterday. They just didn't miss a shot. Such a clean set.
$15 all.
You see Lopez and Page. I love to watch their feet when they're at the baseline. They're just constantly moving, and they are so good at playing defense back there.
Yeah, their footwork enables them to have phenomenal court coverage. And, coming in, question mark was the B. Lopez ankle. She rolled it a little bit a week ago, but I saw no sign of that. I'd like to meet her doctor.
Great drive.
What a rip.
And what a get.
And see, that's that's the thing. That ball was a little short, and Lopez looked like she made a late decision.
15-30.
She would have been well served, I think, to just let that ball go by. And if it stayed in, who cares? It's a warm day.
I think she couldn't react fast
Yeah.
enough.
Exactly.
It was so hard.
Because she doesn't look for that volley on her backhand. She
Right,
can't set
right,
any. She doesn't
right.
set it. She's kind of doesn't just make that full commitment to that. And when I see Ellie Halbauer, line up a shot all year long, I watch her on tour. Amazing. You just got to assume you're setting up to defend her drive. If she beats you with a lob, who cares? Go run it down.
$15-40.
Okay. 2 break points here. Halbauer Zubori off the Page serve.
Game, Halbauer, Zubori. Games are 1-all, first set. Miss Zubori to serve.
Look at those hands of Zubori on that little pickup. Yesterday I was fascinated. She was staying back sometimes, and I was just curious. She's got the best, maybe the best volleys, pickups on those low balls.
Yep.
And we know she loves the tweener, but seeing her serve and stay back, it was a little surprising yesterday. But she was playing. It's the semifinals of nationals. And if you're not feeling confident in a moment, if you stay back, it takes the pressure off your serve.
Absolutely.
That's Taya Page hitting that lob out of that at-court corner. We talk about the improvement in Halbauer serve, Halbauer's game the last year, and you see Taya Page solidified herself last year as one of the top players in the game along with B. Lopez. B was the winner of the prior year. She has a national title with her fiance, and they won the mixed nationals. And now, watch out. They're engaged. They could go on a run. Married mixed.
They could have a lot of husband-wife national titles.
Real good soft hands as well to keep that ball low. But beautiful shot from Zubori right there.
15 love.
And I loved what I saw from Zubori right there. There was an open court, cross court, but she made up her mind right away. And I think when Anna plays great, it's because she makes great choices and she makes them early versus getting up to that ball and then factoring in 6 possibilities and then maybe, not choosing the best one. I think I love that play. You just zero in and player's right hip area always is going to be, a great target.
You always got to hope when you play Zubori that she's going to be a little out of sorts. She looks very, very calm and settled right now, which is bad news for Lopez and Page.
When Zubori played with Hanisch, I always felt like she could hit overheads forever without missing one. It's fascinating. She does throw in, give the other team a few gifts from time to time because she has so many options on that overhead.
Right.
30 love.
5-point streak, as you can see, from Halbauer Zubori, thanks to stats from Court Director. We're out here on the Land Rover Stadium Court, Sea Louse Stadium Courts. Great courts, great facility put up by Riley Green Mountain, one of our event sponsors. But this is how Page and Lopez started.
Between the legs.
Yep, this is how Page and Lopez started yesterday against Lalich. Just like super disciplined. Took a page out of Drew Broderick. Have a game plan and stick with that game plan.
40 love.
Keep a lot of balls in play. But having said that, when Elliott did that yesterday with Lalich in the match, they kind of waited too long to pull the trigger. So it's that fine balance that these players need to find. And I think, the first couple games, they're just feeling each other out and then trying to limit their unforced errors, because it all comes down to errors. And yesterday, in the match I saw, we were talking about this morning, and you said, how did the points end? And you kept asking me the same question, and I was like, I don't know. It was just high level, and it just seemed like, an error was because someone was taxed to the fullest extent of their ability on a certain shot in a certain moment.
Game, Halbauer,
Didn't
Zubori.
feel unforced.
They lead 2-1. First set.
Sealaus is a woman-owned broker-dealer and asset management firm delivering disciplined execution, innovative investment strategies, and trusted market expertise to clients across the country. A partner committed to helping our clients achieve their financial goals and being impactful in our community.
Lauren, platform tennis, what an international game, an influx of so many top players in the sport. About 15 years ago, 20 years ago, started changing the game. Can you just tell us the country of origin for our players in the finals?
Okay, well, Ellie Halbauer is born and bred in Cincinnati. And Anna Maria Zubori is from Serbia. She grew up friends with Novak Djokovic. She was an extremely high quality tennis player. Played her college tennis at South Carolina. B. Lopez is Spanish, and her partner Taya Page is Croatian, and they both played college tennis as well in the United States.
Love 15.
This is going to be the critical game for Paige Lopez. It's going to be that Lopez serving game. We mentioned it earlier.
$15 all. $15.30.
Really good lob and nice move up in net from Zubori. That line up the lob, such a critical shot in the women's game. And Lopez and Page are among the best team at defending it. And, just they look for that, and they have such great footwork, like you were talking about earlier, that their coverage seems effortless. What's going to be interesting to me here is these lobs coming out of Zubori. You see how far over Page is taking that ball as opposed to letting Lopez take it. And they don't pay the price the first time.
40.
They don't pay the price the second time. But as the point goes on, because of a lack of shift over, they shoot themselves in the foot just a little bit, in the sneaker, I should say.
Yeah, and you see sometimes, like earlier in this set, a ball went through just because there was no shift. And they're so quick and so have such good hands that it usually isn't a problem for them, but occasionally they get caught.
I think they get away with it from everybody, and it's like Regalado Salazar, similar in their coverage. You don't see them as a big shifting team, and they've only lost one match all year.
You can't argue with them. You can't argue with them.
You can't criticize it, but playing in the finals of nationals and pulling it out, there's a whole different set of pressures that is hard to fathom for most people, I think.
Well, and if any team is going to expose your lack of your not precise positioning, it's going to be Halbauer and Zubori.
Yep. 3 teams in the game that I would say can do that. And the third being?
Elliot Lalich.
Deuce.
Gigantic 2 points there for Lopez Page. Again, good straight ahead volley, but what a touch lob from Zubori. Another lob over B. Lopez, and they have the net. I mean, what a point. Everyone's in lockdown. No one wants to miss.
Nope.
But
She didn't want to miss either.
she didn't want to miss.
She wasn't
Miss
trying for much
Lopez.
on that overhead, just to miss.
She was backed up. It was a
Yeah.
good lob. She was a little off balance.
Yep.
And Zubori, when she backs up and she's on that situation, she's got like 5 options that went through her head, and she didn't get to the right one on that one. What a swing from down 15-40 to a game point for a hold. B. Lopez.
Yeah, if you could critique Zubori's overhead, it's that sometimes if it's a good lob and she gets pushed back too far, she goes for too much. That was good.
Really good serve.
Game.
That was a tremendous
Lopez,
hold.
Page. Games are 2-all. First set.
I'll tell you, if Lopez Page get that first set, well, that comeback from 15-40
15
to
love.
winning that fourth game, gigantic. I love this camera angle, and you see the early preparation. And how calm has Taya Page become over in that corner, Lauren? Amazing. 2 years ago, maybe you could beat her with a combination of overheads and really get her going, stretched out, but she doesn't happen anymore. She doesn't miss anything. And then
Good
she
luck.
missed.
Good luck. It was good luck.
Yep. And I like her taking the
30
shot.
love.
She can really she can pull the trigger from any spot in the court. Not a bad miss. Yeah, a Halbauer through the middle. Page and Lopez just have to keep the ball. The last place they're hitting it, I think, wide to the
30,
Halbauer
15.
forehand. They've got to go right into her body. She can't have any opportunity to pull the trigger on that two-handed backhand. And if they do, they have to shift over. The person to the right has to be looking, has to have their paddle set for a backhand volley no matter what out here. And that's just Page and Lopez, like I said earlier, they tend not to close off the middle. And I think when a team can beat you off of the deck, you close off the drive and see if you can't force them to lob that ball. You don't care if it goes way over your head. Just run it down off the back screen.
Ooh,
Great hands, Lauren.
It's not their style though. They don't set with that backhand volley, so you can't do that.
And it doesn't matter against most teams, but it matters against Halbauer Zubori. You heard Zubori. I got it. I got it. She wants to hit every ball, doesn't she?
You know, I actually think she likes the, you know, as we keep referring, when she played all those years with Florentina Hanisch, and she did hit almost every ball, like at the net. I think she likes having
30
a different
all.
offense coming. You know, I think she likes this new setup. I think it takes a little of the pressure off her. Not that she didn't like being the go-to person,
alpha.
but I think that she likes having options.
Well, I just think when a team is balanced and there's offensive throats from either place, and, you know, with Zubori, they both can beat you on their forehand, they both can beat you on the backhand. So volleying positioning is key, and Zubori just found the seam there.
40-30.
And Halbauer, chance for a 3-2 lead here. First set, 2026 National Championships, Canubra Country Club in Summit, New Jersey.
Zubori thought it was going out. Halbauer's sorry she listened to her.
Yeah, Ellie's thinking, I'm Ellie
Yeah.
Halbauer, I can hit that shot. I kind of like that she called her off, actually, because Ellie was pretty deep in
Yeah.
the court in the corner, and the ball was going to be close. Maybe it had a chance to go out because it's a little warmer temp. She would have had a really off-balanced attempt on an overhead, so great play to let it drop.
You see Zubori very purposefully pulling Page over behind Lopez with her lobs. Missed it.
Deuce.
Bleachers are starting to fill up. Hall of Famer, former national champ Boba Delaney's in the crowd. She has a great T-shirt on. It says everyone watches women's paddle. Boba, a great teaching pro, great player, great friend of ours. Glad Blake Anderson, tournament co-chair, just sent me that picture.
Advantage, Miss Page.
Missed it. All right, so Lopez and
Game,
Page are,
Lopez,
because
Page.
they're able to
They
track down
lead
so
3
many of
games
these balls,
to
they're
first set.
hanging in long enough to get an error, and it's not so easy to do that against Halbauer Zubori because it's so hard to defend. Corient is the official wealth sponsor of the APTA's 2025-26 season. Corient is a fee-only wealth manager who puts their clients at the center of everything they do. Learn more at corient.com.
Lots of watch parties going on, enjoying the women's finals. It's become one of those things where, you know, we've got over 1,000 people joining in, watching the stream right now. If they want to ask us anything, throw something in the chat. We'll see if Lauren can maybe ask Lauren a question and try to stump her. I don't think it's possible. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's possible. Lauren, what was the first year you started playing paddle? Do you remember?
My littlest kid was in kindergarten. Does that help you?
I need a little more information.
It should help me.
I'm not bad, but I'm not that good.
So let's say that was
3-2.
Yeah, so I would say 17 years ago.
17 years ago.
So
Love 15.
2009? I think that's right.
Who won? Do you know who won the national championship for the women that year and
I
who
do.
they beat?
I do. It was Mary Doughton and Susie Keene, and they beat Cindy Prendergast and Lauren Zink.
Nice. How about that? You became aware of the sport and you got to see 4 of the greatest women who ever played the game play that. So fun to see all 4 of those women Hall of Famers, and we didn't see Doughton Keene, but Zink and Prendergast playing for their 26th straight national championships. We got to celebrate them
Yeah,
on
and
Friday night, along with Drew's induction, and it was just a wonderful event for Drew, but a wonderful event for the entire paddle community, because that's what it's all about. And I'm biased, but I think New Jersey's support, devotion, love, passion for paddle has no rival.
incredible point.
Love 30.
Yeah, and in my first nationals, I very badly lost to Bobo Delaney and Tonya Mangan, and I was like, what is going on here? Why are all these balls coming back? And they played in this nationals as well, and it's some ridiculous number of nationals they've played in.
Exactly. I was going to count up their number.
Yeah.
Cindy and Lauren's 26 straight. Bobo and Tonya, my guess, is I think they started playing together, I'm going to go like around 1984, 85. No, actually, yeah, I think that's probably right. Bubba won the nationals with Sarah Krieger in 1989, and she's still playing the event. You know, pretty remarkable achievement. They beat Sue Airy and Mary Gennard in that final. Mary Gennard, great player from Cleveland area.
Another great player from the Cincinnati area. Heather Propp is listening, cheering her fellow Cincinnatian on. Ellie Halbauer. Hi, Heather.
Heather Propp, Lynn Schneidbeck,
Love
former
40.
semifinalist in nationals twice. So proud of their girl, Ellie. All right, so triple break here, point here. The pattern continues. 3 breaks so far in the first 5 games of this championship final.
15, 40.
And it's what we we did talk about it before we came here. I definitely thought it would happen because of the temps.
Yeah. Look, you got to get into the point, and if it's serving and just putting your serve in and staying back, that's great idea. Do it.
I love watching the setup of Zubori with her overhead and just too short a lob, and that's where she can just make
That's what
you
we said,
pay.
right? I mean,
Games
that's
are 3-all,
the
first
difference
set.
maker is she
ball
is
in
one of the
play.
few people that really can end the point. And if you hit a short lob, it's you're in big fat trouble, even someone as
KMB,
fast
new
as
ball
B.
in play.
Lopez.
New ball in play.
3-all. I mean, neck and neck. I did expect that this would be a brawl, and
Ladies, remember, pace of play at the server.
this could go 3. It can't. I can guarantee it won't be 7-6 in the third, though. They're playing it out in
playing
the
it out.
national
Up
championship final.
15.
At the end of this game, we're going to go out facing the crowd. Let's see if we can identify who it is. I have a feeling it could be the one and only Guy Moore.
15-0.
I know Dave Roderick's out there. And we'll see if we get some opportunity to get a sense what it's like to be out in the grandstand here today watching the championship final.
Ooh. Little help from the net.
15-30.
Paige has a wonderful forehand. Yesterday she did that a lot. She never missed. She threw a lot of balls up, those little just block lob type of return, like a chip little lob shot, just to make sure she gets into every point. But I kind of want her to tag one.
And she can tag it.
Oh, yeah. There's the roller from Halbauer that I want to see, but I want to see it. I want them to switch positions. I want Zubori to go over. And I love Zubori on top of the net, actually, and the Halbauer overheads, seeing what that can do. Because I just don't think their overheads can break down Paige in that ad court like you can break down a deuce court players with those rollers, with the players swing across their body naturally all the way to the left side. The ball goes over that way. Tougher ball to defend for the deuce court player. But the thing is, Zubori calls the switch, and she just wants to stay on that left side. See, that's
the one.
What I think can make a
Did it go
difference.
out? It went out, right?
Wow.
15-40.
And 2 break points.
I mean, it
For
cannot
Lopez
be
Page.
overstated the difference in the temperature between today and the last 2 paddle tournaments on the APTA Tour. It's like a 65-degree swing, and that makes a big difference in how the ball plays.
Ball was deep.
All right.
So 4-3, I think we're going to go out to Guy Moore. Here's Guy.
Lopez Page. They lead 4 games to 3. First set.
Everyone, this is our version of APTA game day. I mean, we're trading blows out here with our number 1 and 2 seed at the APTA Nationals Women's Finals, Canubra Country Club. 2 words for this event, everybody. So good. And, I mean, we have a crowd of 200 or 300 people here. Things are heating up. I expect a lot of firepower here. I'll tell you one more thing. It hasn't been sunny all weekend. The sun, if it pops out, will be directly in the eyes of the players on this side of the court. Back to you, Lauren and Patty.
Thanks, Guy.
Thank you, Guy. So, B. Lopez serving up 4-3, first set, Women's National Championships.
And last time Lopez served, she was down, and she ended up holding, and it was, I felt like a very pivotal game.
But right there, she juiced that overhead too much, and that pace was what gave Zubori that look, and Zubori just crushed it. And Lopez, like we said, doesn't always set up for the volley. She's not always looking for it. She kind of hedges her bets to cover everything. But against Zubori, you've got the person to the right, I think, has to step in there and really, really want to be looking for that drive and make a solid volley.
Meanwhile, Zubori's missed a couple forehands. See if they keep giving her the opportunity to miss. Oop. Lopez just tried to push that serve in, but
Right. And
unfortunately, sometimes it's hard to do that. She's laughing because
Yeah.
she's like, gosh, I was just trying to put it in there.
hey, you got to laugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise you cry.
Yeah, totally.
And there's no crying in paddle. She missed it wide.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Zubori, like, all she had to do was hit that ball right at her Lopez's feet. She didn't have to go for that good a shot. She had the positional advantage on her, and she had the perfect slash moment.
I mean, this is the way it is with Zubori. You have to ride out her good and her bad, and you have to take advantage when she makes a few errors like she has in the past game. So it's important that Lopez and Pejic capitalize here, because she's not going to always make all those errors, and then you're going to be in trouble. Okay, chance to go up 5-3.
Wow. Shout out to Will Nunziata, former two-time junior national champ. Will and his brother Anthony, super nice guys. Anthony's got an amazing career. If you ever want to listen to a singer, go on YouTube, find Anthony Nunziata.
Deuce.
Great performer.
Okay, shaking off the fault.
Men's final to follow. If you're anywhere nearby, come over to Canubra Country Club. Everyone is welcome. Just Uber or Lyft over here because the place is packed. There's a shuttle going from nearby Hilton. Go there, leave your car, Uber over and join in the fun.
Another error from Zubori.
Advantage, Miss Lopez.
Set point.
Nope, point for 5-3.
Ah, that's how the math works.
You have to get to 6, Patty.
Oh, you do? I'm just picking up on the scoring. I had some tutoring from Drew's mother on it. He mentioned in his speech that his mom never learned how to keep score.
My mom either, all through.
Really?
You know?
What a riot. Again, I love this setup, this camera angle on the lobbing. And it's just beautiful. You watch their paddle preparation. They open their paddle face up before the ball has been hit to them so that they know they can execute the lob, easily and with consistency. And Lauren, it's almost slow motion types of swings for these players. That's how good they are. The play speeds up, the ball speeds up, but somehow they're able to go in the opposite direction and almost seemingly swing in slow motion.
It's because their footwork is so good and they're in the right position.
And then she misses one.
Happens.
Yep. And
Deuce.
again, that's our umpire from Morristown, New Jersey, Rob Laboon. Oh, I feel better now. I feel like #1 fan, Griffin Kramer, is in there. Junior Nats player, great guy, young guy in Boston, looking for a job. Contact griffinkramer.com. No, I'm not sure he's got a website yet, but I told him I'd try to help his resume. I can say Griffin is consistent. He's got resiliency. He's engaged. He's got everything any firm, I think, would really want to have in a future employee. Good luck, Griffin.
Advantage, Miss Zubori.
I think there was a little confusion over who was taking that volley, which is why Pejic missed it. Ooh.
Game, Halbauer, Zubori. Games are 4-all. First set.
Patty, I would call that a missed opportunity for Lopez Pejic.
Big time. Little nerves came in there, I think. A little indecision.
Well, and she missed 3 serves.
Little nerves, big time.
15
Nerves.
love.
Playing on the this stage, and you know, it's the last match of the season. These two are going to get to play with each other, and even thinking about that gets kind of bittersweet in these moments. But you've got to keep your eye on the prize, totally stay focused. Just go lock down with your only focus with exactly just hitting the next ball.
Just when it looked like
30,
Lopez and Page
love.
were in control, and we've had a momentum shift. 5 points in a row for Halbauer and Zubori.
$40, love. $40-15.
Shout out to Ashley Cooper enjoying the action from Florida. Karen Gentner, Glens Falls Country Club. Upstate New York, watching. Chris Hayes, former APTA board member, enjoying the action. Everyone's watching. This is it, the best finale. What an amazing way to cap off a phenomenal APTA Tour season.
Zubori changing the spot, the spin, the pace.
But this is what I'm saying. I almost think they're doing it too long as I've watched them in this match and then in a couple of prior matches. I want the Ellie Halbauer roller overhead straight at Lopez to open up the baseline. Yeah, but it's more
Different,
effective from hitting
from the
straight
other
ahead.
side. Yeah, I
But
know.
again, impactful regardless. And that's a shot she's developed. She lets that ball drop so low, and she hits her roller. I think is that low thing. It's kind of like a Lalich one, so heavy and stays so low. Yeah.
Vintage on a Zubori. Saw the opportunity and was so quick to get up there.
Game, Halbauer Zubori. They lead 5-4, first set.
Well, from points for 5-3 for Lopez Page, we're at 5-4 for Halbauer Zubori. Big switch in those last couple games.
Yeah, real big swing right there, Lauren. And we know Zubori is the human highlight reel. And she absolutely has every shot in the book.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of the right timing. And right now, she's got it going on. Wouldn't be surprised if we get a tweener in this game, if there's an opportunity.
Well, we've had one. She's usually good for 2 a match. Although, you know, in the semifinal match that I called, that when they played Morgan's Course, she didn't hit any. So maybe she'll hit 4 today.
All right, little momentum loss here.
15.
Little less energy coming out of Page and Lopez. You know, they're the dancing queens. We're used to those feet moving, and they just lost like an eighth of an inch of their bounce right now, it seems. right, so Halbauer, Zubori, 2 points away.
1.
1 point away, Lauren. I mean,
Love 40.
wow, what a momentum swing here in this first set.
And it all changed on that poor service game from B. Lopez. Just had a tough time with her serve that game, and it happens. And there's the first set.
Lauren, we'll be right back.
And first set, Halbauer, Zubori.
We'll be right back
16
after
to
these
4.
messages right here on the APTA YouTube channel with live streaming by Joho and Steambox Labs with match statistics provided by Court Director.
At Corient, wealth management begins and ends with you. We believe the more personal the solution, the more powerful the result. We treat your goals as our own. We never lose focus on the life you want to build. And our experienced advisors design custom-built strategies to help you get there. It's time for a wealth management experience as sophisticated as you are. It's time for Corient.
It's not about the road. It's about moving with purpose. The horse moves. Muscle, instinct, energy. Car weights. Strength, precision, control. Both ready for anything. 2 forms of instinct. 1 rhythm. Power without arrogance. It's called horsepower for a reason. Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Parsippany.
The people are the reason we've been around for 40 years. They're the reason it's a fun place to work. They're the reason we're successful. It's always been our differentiator. When you're thinking about making an investment, you want to be looking at it from every angle. We have a group of people that just cares about each other and cares about the mission of CLOS.
Welcome back to the APTA Tour. I'm Patty Hogan along with Lauren Mandel and Guy Moore at Canubra Country Club, bringing you the women's finals of the APTA 2026 National Championship. We've got Ellie Halbauer and Anna Zubori, our tournament number 2 seeded team, winning that first set 6-4 over B. Lopez, Taya Page. Lauren, what do you think about that turnaround and that momentum shift?
It happened so quickly. It happened so quickly. Lopez and Page were up 4-3. They had game points for 5-3. And Lopez just had a tough service game. She missed a few serves, and I think it just kind of deflated them. And you don't have to give Halbauer and Zubori much, right, Guy?
Yeah, I tell you what, Lauren, and even before talking about that, I mean, you saw just for about a game and a half the sun popped out. It's directly in the eyes of the players. It didn't really have an impact because it was such a short amount of time. You saw Zubori put sunglasses on, but it's interesting with Lopez and Page too, because I felt like, when are they going to start speeding it up?
Mm-hmm.
And they really haven't yet. I mean, you know what? Just talking with a lot of people in the crowd out there, you can see we have 300 or 400 people out watching the match. They really haven't had to, and then there was that momentum shift, where they kind of gave some points away, and Zubori and Halbauer took advantage of it. But I just feel like something's going to give. I mean, in terms of Lopez and Page, are they going to stay in this mode where they're just saying, you know what, we're going to be 1 ball better than you. We're not going to miss. And it's worked. And then all of a sudden, some freebies, and the momentum shifted, just like you and Patty said.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, and I think the reason Lopez and Page pulled ahead was because they started getting some freebies from Zubori.
Well, true. And they were up those 2 games. They were up 45 that one game, and then game points in the next game, and lost them both. And that, as you know, changed the momentum. But, yeah, it's kind of been like who's – I don't want to say giving it away, but who's making those errors that we traditionally just don't see from either team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but, I feel like, these guys last played a couple weeks ago in Cincinnati. It was a long match. No one goes away. I mean, these guys are out here to just battle. I just feel like with Lopez and Page, you just haven't seen them drive 2 or 3, even 4 balls in a row. And that's their signature, right, is just that series of drives. But, they haven't missed any of those shots. It's the service faults and shots that, you normally just don't see. But, I do think this too, Lauren, that we do know that, Zubori especially, a front runner, don't let her pump the gas.
Yeah, and if that was her patch of errors, she usually hits a patch of errors and then
right.
That's it. If that was it, then they needed, we kept saying they needed to capitalize on it, Lopez and Page, and they weren't able to. So if she's done with her errors now, that's going to be tough sledding for Lopez and Page.
Yeah, and the interesting thing too is the errors Zubori has made haven't really been the ones she's pressing on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is usually when she makes errors. And when I say that, let me explain. It's not that she's making bad decisions. She just can make those shots. So, she goes for a little too much or tries to do a little too much or, hit one more cutter than need be. But she hasn't done that. She's playing within herself for sure. And I think from a standpoint of both teams that – having played just as recent as 2 weeks ago, I see both teams have made an adjustment here with how they play one another. Taking some time here between the first set.
Smart. Lopez and Page are going to regroup.
Yeah. I will be interested to see if they kind of say, hey, you know what? We had a really good game plan. And then we just, made some mistakes, which really didn't affect the game plan. Faulting on a serve isn't part of a game plan. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not like. I know that's the obvious.
No one ever plans that.
Well, right. It's like, hey, but my point is, you tactically could be doing everything right and still lose a set, which I feel like that's what probably happened.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mike.
Patty, there's a big crowd out there.
Ellie, will you start the set?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Lauren Mandel.
Lauren, you're the best.
Lauren is the bomb. So, Guy, I just took a little bit of a walk. I wanted to get a sense of the atmosphere out here. It is second to none. The village created by Canoe tournament committee thought of everything, and what a special environment.
Oh, it's electric. And not only that, I was just talking to Blake Anderson, one of our co-tournament directors, and we were just talking about how the two stadium courts together,
ladies.
And not only that, how good the matches have been on those courts.
Second set.
All right, here we go, Patty. Ellie Halbauer to serve.
That ball was deep right there.
Just out, and that sometimes happens after
That's all right, Ellie.
a 10-minute break. Patty, Lauren and I were just talking about, the momentum shift in that first set. I really think Lopez and Page had a pretty good game plan. You could tell they were only looking to lob because they had their backs against the screen. They were building all their offense by just not making mistakes. They just didn't.
I didn't hear some of your remarks with Lauren, but, when I was watching that, it seemed like Page and Lopez, particularly Page, waiting a little too long to pull the trigger and got to force the action. And I felt that that's what happened to Elliott and Lalich in their semifinal. Lost to Page and Lopez yesterday. They went in, they decided they were going to go super steady lockdown.
Right.
But they didn't look for their shots. And I think Taya Page has to become an offensive factor way more in here. She's playing great defense over there. They're pummeling her corner. But I think she's got to start to look to hit a couple more drives.
Yeah, I was just saying, that it's I'm just sitting there waiting for the firing to start, the firepower to come out. And there hasn't been, Patty, there hasn't been from Page and Lopez, and they're just so good at like a series of drives. you know, hitting 2 or 3 drives in a row and spotting them and placing them. But I do feel like at some point they're going to speed it up.
15-30.
You know, too, in that first set, I mean, Zubori and Halbauer had 2 games where they were up
15-40.
and lost them. And as you guys were saying, the momentum shifted.
Yeah, there was a 4-2 or a 4-2 game. Halbauer won it. They broke Lopez there. I think, you know, that was key.
Game, Lopez, Page. They win the first game of the second set.
And that's what they
Zubori
needed.
won the first set, 6-4.
And again, that was kind of their mentality right there, is just not to miss. Let Zubori and Halbauer kind of beat themselves. But
What do they do differently? Do you think Lopez Page have to adjust their overhead scheme a little bit, Guy? What are you going to look for here?
I tell you, I mean, I honestly think they've played a pretty good match, other than making some mistakes. You know, they were on, you know, as I was saying to Lauren, I mean, missing serves at the wrong time, but it's been substantial. I think they got a pretty good game plan, Patty. I mean, they can't let Zubori. I will tell you this from watching Zubori last evening and calling her match. They need to keep pressure on her in her corner. They do not want her moving to her right.
No.
Dictating play with that forehand.
Yep,
if she's
exactly.
going to drive it, it needs to be a ball coming into her body.
15-all.
I mean, Lopez and Page have defended really well. But, you know, it's in terms of momentum, you know, you saw Zubori and Halbauer kind of take control of it at the end of that first set, but the swings have been small,
15-30.
but substantial. I mean, that first set could have been easily 6-2 if Halbauer and Zubori won those 2 games that they were up easily in.
You know, when we came on air, the question mark for Page and Lopez,
40.
they don't shift like a traditional team. They don't commit to the backhand volleys.
Right.
And we say it all over, and for some matches, most matches they play, it doesn't matter. But, you know, there's a tendency, like B made that one with the forehand. I think she should be 3 feet over more and and tempt Zubori with that extreme cross-court shot, but lock down the straight ahead in the middle. And I think when you do volley that forehand, at times it does throw the ball back to that ad court player and it lands short, and it just creates an opportunity for crushing drive opportunity for that ad player.
Yeah, and that's for you know, you just don't want Zubori touching a lot of balls on her terms off the deck like this. You know?
See, right here, Guy, Lopez and Page, again, you know, they play off the net. There's a little bit of room for Zubori and Halbauer on their shots, and when they can get those dipping shots in front of Lopez and Page, that's where they're effective. That time they did close in, and I love that. It was, you know, went down the line, but no big deal. Transition moment.
I do think, too, though, you know, Patty, with Zubori in this match, she's playing within herself. I mean, the mistakes that she's made aren't because she's pressing. I think them playing, and I mentioned it a couple times, a couple weeks ago in Cincinnati, gave them both really good looks at each other, because that was a long match with a lot of momentum shifts. Lopez and Page won that match, but I still feel like, you know, if Zubori's playing as well as she can play and minimizes the roller coaster and the lows in her game, I mean, it's just tough. The pressure's on her opponents.
Little switch.
Yeah.
Ellie over in that ad court. Little different look. I like it.
Yeah, I think it is. It is a nice different look. You know, they could easily switch back if they wanted to, but guess what? They don't want to. You know, in Patty, too, when you have teams like this, and they didn't switch on purpose here, but still they're choosing to stay. You know, the net scheme's got to change probably.
15.
Where you're hitting your overheads and where they're coming back from. Team at the net needs to know when those two switch out what they're up to. Yeah, that Lopez and Pejic just have not pulled the trigger. You know what, though? Zubori and Halbauer are doing a good job of not letting them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? I mean, how many really hard overheads have Zubori and Halbauer hit? None. I mean, they're just placing it. I mean, Zubori will start cutting it up a little bit, but there's just no looks at offensive screen drives. I watched Pejic and Lopez warm up, and their first 5 minutes of warm up was all screen drives to each other. And they're good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good. They hit dipping screen drives. I mean, they've given them no look at that. That Lopez backhand has been lights out this match, too. I mean, she's made some unbelievable gets.
But you can see eyes are on Lopez a little bit more.
Yep.
They're doing a great job of pinning Paige over here in this ad corner.
And watch, too, look how far back Paige is. So
Right.
that tells us all one thing. She's looking to lob the next ball. And Zubori and Halbauer know that.
If I'm Paige, you know what I would do right now?
Talk to me.
Love 30.
What I would do is I would put on purple pants and a black top. And I would freaking start blitzing, Guy. I would do something if I'm Paige to kind of create a little bit of havoc. I feel like she needs to pull out a little bit of a Nunes type of moment, maybe, just to try to offset how comfortable Zubori and Halbauer are right now with their overhead scheme. You know, if Paige does something, they'll have to react to what Paige does. And I think because she's got no offense going in this match, she's got to get her forehand into it somehow. And I think if she goes in and tries to take away a little time, you get the opportunity where Zubori and Halbauer will go back to hitting more pace, and then that's what creates the looks for them. Exactly what just happened there.
Game, Lopez, Page. They lead 2-1. Second set, Halbauer, Zubori won the first set, 6-4.
Patty, today's event is proudly sponsored by Land Rover Parsippany. Experience exceptional service and luxury performance. Visit LandRoverParsippany.com. Yeah, I agree with you, Patty. You know,
Guy, where did you park your courtesy car, though, from Land Rover?
Land Rover?
Where did you park yours?
It's right there. You could see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, I parked right next to you. That was so great of Land Rover.
Do you want to go sit in it? Yeah.
I'm a little busy right now, Guy.
Yeah. Okay.
After, we'll do little Land Rover carpool karaoke.
Absolutely. Right before the men's finals.
Exactly. They won't mind.
So, you know, look, Patty, we break this down, right? Maybe the master plan, look, I mean, their game plan was working in the first set. I mean, without a doubt. I mean, we could still be in that first set, by the way. But, you know, it looks like Paige is, like you said, just content to lob, and set up that Lopez backhand. That's where the offense has been coming from. The problem with Paige playing that far back is it allows Halbauer and Zubori to play that far back. So even if she lobs well, I mean, they're hitting their overheads off their front foot. They're not fighting over balls. You know, there's no confusion. And the reason they're able to play that far back is because Paige isn't showing that she's potentially going to drive, so they don't have to close.
Yeah, that's a great point, Guy.
You know, the other thing,
30,
too, is
love.
you know, Lauren and I were talking about, you could do everything right tactically and still lose a set just because of a couple technical errors, and that's what I really feel like happened in that first set.
Yeah, no difference with the players,
30,
just a
15.
couple of moments.
Yeah, look here, Lopez and Page 2-1. They haven't changed anything tactically. They're up. They could easily be up 3-1 here.
Struggling a little bit on the Lopez serve. It's a warmer day.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's
30
played. We've had
all.
brutal, bitter temperatures, and all of a sudden, 64 degrees out here
Yeah,
in Jersey.
mean, it's beautiful out, and that's without the sun out.
Yeah, so Lopez just took everything off it, dumped that ball in.
Smart.
Page just backed up. Brilliant. You just don't need to engage the return of serve and what might come your way with the explosiveness of Halbauer's forehand or backhand returns.
And, you know, you ask yourself the question, too, hey, and that's what I mean, you know, this game here, and that's what happened in the first
30,
set.
40.
Just 3 uncharacteristic mistakes. 2 faults and a lob wide. You just don't see that from Lopez much. Well, this match, you're right, though. Her serve's been a little tricky.
And I do feel like it's a big advantage for Zubori and Halbauer right now to be at the net in this match.
For sure.
Because they're controlling the points.
Yeah, I mean, they basically are saying this to themselves, Patty. If we could hit our spots, there's nothing they can do to hurt us right now. That might change, but right now, if they hit their spots, you're going to see a lot of this. I mean, think about it. If someone said to you, hey, you're going to play a match today and all they're going to do is lob you, they're not going to hurt you with drives, would you like that? I mean, you get hurt with drives. I mean.
Right, this would be great.
And by the way, everyone watching, if you see as many lobs as Page and Lopez are throwing, and look where Zubori is. I mean, she will close a little bit, but look, she's balanced hitting all those overheads. She knows it's coming. And, you know, the reason they keep having to lob is because they are hitting their spots.
I think what Page and Lopez is playing over, they've switched. She's got the white paddle in that ad court. I think when, like right here, if she sees Halbauer go back, that's your offensive look. That's your moment.
Yep.
And she looked for it there, and that's what B. Lopez can do.
Yep.
And I just think you wait till, I always say, you know, I think the player to the left's more of the overhead queen, and it's critically important in women's platform tennis. Player to the right, the volley queen. And if you see that volley queen back off the net and over toward the overhead person, there's no one who's looking to defend the volley on the next shot.
Right.
And that's exactly that moment recognized by Lopez, and she pulled the trigger.
And, you know, if they're going to lob as much as they have been, they need to confuse the job descriptions. They don't want Zubori back there hitting all the overheads and Halbauer hitting all the volleys, because that means, going back to your point, that those two players are doing their jobs. No confusion. They've got to make Halbauer hit more balls, like you just said, push her back. Call some scramble. There's no scramble here.
Yeah, it's got to be the down the line or up the line lob.
Yeah, I like that lob. Yeah, you see how Halbauer's biting on it a little bit. There you go. And it creates a swing.
But I'll tell you, that's where I want Lopez to block, like be ready. Look for that ball on her forehand.
Yeah.
Give up the middle of the court. Who cares?
Yep. Yeah, they need to have a little backcourt drift there.
That's what you call it, a little drifting. They need to have a little drift.
Yep. You know, I think it's easy to, as a team, for you to understand how to move at the net because you're following the ball.
Games are 2-all. First set.
On the baseline,
Second
a
set.
lot of times when you lob well, you move opposite the ball. So that's where that drift. In other words, ball goes down the line to Halbauer. Now it's swinging over to Page. The whole team, Lopez and Page, need to drift to their right.
Got some breaks of serve here, which on a warm day.
I'll tell you what, even though Halbauer and Zubori, when they've been up in a couple games, they haven't closed them out, but it hasn't affected them mentally. There's been not one person, there's just no negativity. But what they've done, Patty, so well is take advantage of the missteps by Lopez and Page. I mean, for sure.
See, this is what I like watching Halbauer from this position. She doesn't get the looks that much. She certainly doesn't have the slash like Zubori, but she's got that massive roller that I want to see her hit it.
Yeah. And Patty, we said it a moment ago.
What a get right there from Lopez.
So good. If there's any question about her mobility, there's not.
It's gone. Phenomenal.
That ball barely came off the snowboard back there.
Love 30.
Wow, barely dropped in.
Just saw Dirk Douglas, made for. Guy, what are you made for? I feel like you're made for a lot of things, definitely the broadcast booth.
15-30.
Pat, did you like the APTA game day out there?
APTA game day out there is awesome.
It was so good. APTA game day. This is where I kind of look for Zubori to try to take over a little bit, Patty. I mean, up a set, 2-all. Things are basically neutral. But she's just done a good job of playing within herself. And I think it does go back to what's happening with Pejic and Lopez. I mean, they're not getting her with drives. They're just saying, hey, we'll stand out here longer than you. Hitting our spots. Make you press. Patty, would you like to see Halbauer and Zubori switch out here? Or Zubori's in the overhead position?
Ask me that question again 1 second, Guy. I'm working on one other thing.
15-40.
Tell you what, too, Lopez and Pejic just hang around, and I don't want to say steal this set, but win it playing at this tempo, which is not like them. Anything goes in the third. We're a long ways from that. And again, Lopez and Pejic just keep doing what they've done all day. Just standing on deep, throwing the lobs up. And that's the reason they're doing it right there. That is their tactic.
Lopez, Pejic, they lead 3-2, second set. Halbauer Zubori won the first set, 6-4.
Patty, Pure Hockey, with cutting-edge fitting technology and the widest selection of hockey gear. Pure Hockey is the ultimate destination for players of all levels and the industry leader in hockey retail.
Guy, let's take a look at the stats from the match up to this point. If we're able to get that, Guy, what are your takeaways from this? Let's see.
I mean, it's service games won. I wouldn't even have guessed. I mean, there's not that much of a difference. I mean, it's, yeah, break points converted.
6 of 6 for Lopez Pejic, but 11 break point opportunities. That's the tail of the match right now.
Yeah.
Just relentless pressure from Halbauer and Zubori from the baseline.
Do you feel like, though, I mean, This is just, by the way, this is just a good old-fashioned traditional paddle match. I mean, there's not a lot of transition. There's not a lot of movement. These are all very positive things I'm saying, but I mean, this is old school paddle right here from the top 4 players in the country. You know, our number 1 and 2 seeds. I mean, I'm just waiting. And again, just the mistakes that forehand volley, right?
But the mistake as a result of not committing to a shift.
Right.
No, or a backhand volley when you know the drive's coming. And when you play the forehand, you're going to have to throw it back to that ad-court player. It's dangerous. So you have to think about depth on the volley. Way different than if you could just take 2 steps over and hit a backhand volley straight ahead.
And you know, the other thing that happens, Patty, is when you're positioned there is you have to think about 2 volleys instead of 1. If she moves over farther to her right, she only has to look for her backhand volley because Paige is going to take everything between them. If she's standing 3 boards to the left of the center service line, her volley window is huge in terms of what she has to look for.
Great point.
What I was asking earlier, and I mean, you haven't really seen it definitively with Halbauer and Zubori, but do you like Zubori hitting the overheads over Halbauer? Or in this position here, Halbauer in the volley position, Zubori hitting the overheads.
Zubori's got just her artistic creativeness gives her a huge advantage.
That's why I like
hitting
her
the overheads.
And I tell you what, she should take something from that. That ball cutting it back to the deuce side.
Yeah.
Different look. I mean, that was almost like a Ben Kime Nunez little slider.
Exactly. And literally, that's what the ball seems to do. It just slides and stays so low.
And it's so deep. But you know, Patty, there's just really been no separation in this match except for the last 2 games of the first set. That's
exactly.
It. I mean, that's why you're not seeing any dramatic strategy changes, because both teams feel like, hey, what we're doing is working. Four drives in a row from Halbauer. Zubori, great lob by Zubori down the line. Moves to the middle, that's her play. She wants to drift to the middle. There's that forehand volley you were talking about, Patty, from Lopez. Do you feel like Zubori and Halbauer are developing points better from the baseline than Lopez and Paige?
I do, Guy. I think they're playing an amazing match.
Wow. Well, a little untraditional transition, but still good stuff.
Wow, what a rip. What a smooth swing, and Halbauer, the way she hits it, that ball just stayed down so flat.
Yeah.
No chance. Even though, Tay Page is as quick as anyone out here to come up with that shot.
Well, the thing is, what Halbauer and Zubori are doing from the baseline is they're creating movement, right? So it creates spacing. Zubori drove that ball straight ahead. Next ball goes to Ellie. You know, they got a shift, even though Ellie hit a great ball down her line, her alley still. Like that lob is meant to move the ball over to Halbauer or create that. That's a good look. It's a great look.
Zubori kind of rushed that shot a little bit. There was a nice open space in front of her.
Yeah, and she should just be saying, hey, I'm going to make her hit a forehand volley. Next ball's going to go to Halbauer's backhand down the line, either a lob or a drive. Now look, this is flashback to the first set. Halbauer Zubori of 40-15 could have easily taken control. I mean, different here, but I mean, they need to win this game, Halbauer and Zubori. We were kind of talking about it yesterday, Patty, on the call, and saying, you know, you've had those matches where one of your teams come off, they're like, what was your score? And they're like 6-love, but every game we had game points. You know, but this is true today. I mean, Halbauer and Zubori have had numerous games with game points at the highest level.
But 11 opportunities on
Right.
breaks, and that's the concern around Lopez's that fourth service game. She just doesn't hit that serve with as much swing speed that can impact the returns of Halbauer and Zubori.
I'm going to state the complete obvious here, too, just so far in this match, even though they're down a set. Lopez and Pejic have just been playing the bigger points better, you know.
Lopez and Pejic have, or Halbauer and Zubori?
Well, Lopez and Pejic, they wouldn't even be in this match if they weren't playing those points. The first set would have been over a long time ago, and, I mean, this game should have been over already. I mean, but they hang around. It sounds like a contradiction because they're losing, but if they didn't play those big points well when they were down 40-15, 40-love in games,
I'm following your thought process,
you
Guy.
thinking about it?
Yeah, it took me a while there. Sorry for my slow reaction time.
It's okay.
It's been a long weekend.
It's
a lot of dancing last night.
Yes, an in-depth conversation. Were you dancing with Nunez?
You know, I didn't get on the dance floor with Guy last night.
Yeah, going back to this two-stadium format, you know, what a setup. I mean, how many
The
people?
Land Rover Stadium and the Sea Louse Stadium.
Absolutely.
Great sponsors have made this all possible.
The thing I like most about Land Rover sponsoring is my parking spot right out there.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I could see my car from right here. It's so.
I love the headroom in those cars.
Yeah. You probably like the headroom in any car, don't you?
Advantage, Miss Zubori.
All right, let's see if Lopez and Pejic can pull another one out of their hat here. Listen, I'm still surprised they have not pulled the trigger. Like, they have not hit drive after drive after drive. I mean, they are committed to what they're doing. You think Zubori finds somebody's forehand volley here, Patty?
I think so. Dangerous play there. Ellie came up with a great shot. I would keep it away from Ellie personally. I would continue to go to Zubori, but really hit well-placed overheads. I just think this is Ellie.
Yeah.
Ellie wants the ball. Zubori wants the ball, and Ellie wants the ball. And they only can play with one ball. They're not good sharing, so you can just see. Each of them, I look that they're going to really insert themselves and take charge.
Well,
and that's what I need Taya Page to do. I think she's got to force the issue. I don't think they need much of a change, but something to try to offset the overhead scheme, I think, of Zubori and Halbauer.
I feel like, too, if Zubori and Halbauer, first of all, let's talk about Ellie Halbauer for a moment. How good has she become in the past 3 months of this paddle season?
Love
I mean,
15.
She was always good.
2 years ago, finals of nationals with Nicolescu in Boston.
I mean, she was always good, but, I mean, her upside is so impressive.
I think she's handling this situation beautifully. And in the two tournament losses they had in the finals, I thought she got frustrated because she kind of literally got frozen out on two freezing days for the finals. And I think when you're a player as good as she is with as many as weapons, she's going to just have to assume that's part of the play. Keep the ball away from her, but she just has to wait. She'll get her opportunities. She'll get her looks in the long run.
Yep.
Love 30.
This is why I think Lopez and Page just haven't made many adjustments. They're in this match, doing what they've been doing from the beginning. And that's where the offense has come from Lopez and Page, is B. Lopez's backhand.
Love 40.
More off the screen than anything else.
Right. Often in transition. That's
Yes.
what she feeds on.
Yeah.
But to your point, there hasn't been much transition
Right.
in this match compared to how we usually see Page and Lopez play it. And that's why I think they don't care if they shift at the net, because they love if the ball goes through and they get to run, use their athleticism and their racket skills.
They're not even driving serve returns hardly. I mean, it's
No.
unbelievable. Little tennis right there. One up, one back for a few balls. Good. So let's see if that changes a little momentum.
Game, Lopez, Page. They lead 4-3. Second set. Halbauer, Zubori won the first set, 6-4.
Guy, just a quick shout out. APTA staff from, year round, they work so hard behind the scenes to help pull off these amazing amazing APTA tour and our national championships. Kudos to Mark Thumford. He's the director of ET, the court director, the stats, the things out here, all the crowds, all the boxes around all the courts where you walk up to a match and you know exactly what the score is. Kudos to Mark. Thanks to Karen Jedlik, our amazing director of tournaments. She's been a huge force for the APTA in its organization, going into every event, and she's our boss and doing an amazing job. Thanks to Regina Feeney, who's APTA bookkeeper and member of Canoe Brook Country Club. Jen Berenger, director of marketing for the APTA. Shout out to CEO Amin Kaduri. He's guided the ship, the APTA toward greatness, in my opinion. Thanks to Deb Scully, behind the scenes, tournament and membership support. Our senior writer and editor, Nindy Pike. Ann Sheedy, our executive director. She's out here. Great to see Ann, and we thank Ann for her commitment. And I'm going to wrap it up
for Ann.
Yeah, 16 years. I'm going to wrap it up. I want to thank Ann Walgren for her efforts, and then Isabel Caban, who's retiring as our software developer. She's hit it out of the park for the APTA for 15 years. She's helped so much behind the scenes, and we wish Isabel the best in retirement. Guy, it seems only fair that we go 3 sets here today.
I don't think anyone would have a problem with that.
No. Will the men's finals start at the conclusion of the women's? Okay.
Starting to see a little more offense here from Lopez and Page.
30, love.
I like it. Joho's Mark Innes and crew have done an amazing job throughout the championship weekend, have risen to every task. Super display of their teamwork and helping have everybody's back here, where we're trying to pull off a lot this weekend. And I got to say, these guys have jumped through hoops and done an amazing job, and kudos to them and congratulations.
Yeah, great setup, boys. So good.
I understand. 40, love.
7-point
Oh, sorry,
streak,
40,
Guy.
Excuse me. 30-15.
30-15, yeah.
Apologies.
I lied.
30 all.
What do you clearly Lopez struggling with their serve. What do you think can eliminate that?
I think they both should stay back.
I do too.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, just
You just can't afford a fault at this point in the match.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't you think it takes the pressure off? I mean,
Takes all the pressure off.
Uh,
She doesn't serve a lot of swing speed, and now she's just dumping it in. Just stay back. Take away the target. I don't see any advantage to leaving Page up on the net in that situation.
No, and especially now as they're starting to generate more offense from the baseline. Lopez and Page can
40,
steal this
30.
game.
You know, Zubori was flying up to the net there. Ellie was staying back on the baseline, just kind of.
I like that move by Zubori.
I do. I don't like the shot. Once that ball was dipping, I think she could have let it go through, and Ellie would have cracked that ball.
Do you think Zubori and Halbauer should create more patterns to set up Ellie's backhand, because it's just a hammer?
One would think.
The ball was good. Deuce. I saw it on the line.
Umpire Rob LeBoon.
And this happened quite a bit in Cincinnati.
It could get punchy out there. Looks like Lopez staying back, Page staying there, dropping back after the cross-court return to serve. If they get another chance, I'd love to see Halbauer just take that shot right at Page, because she knows Page is leaving down.
Yeah, place it, spot it. Page does have to get out of the way when it's hit that hard. That's a bad matchup, trying to get the Ellie Halbauer backhand when the ball's landing inside the service box. And this is what they're committed to doing. They are.
Advantage, Miss Lopez.
Wow. I love the composure and discipline on display here with Page and Lopez right in this moment.
There's what you were asking for.
Yep.
And, you know, Zubori hit that ball hard.
Gigantic.
Game, Lopez.
Hold
Page.
of serve
They
for
lead 5
B.
games
Lopez.
to 3 second set.
Biggest hold of serve for the season.
I tell you what, the thing that impresses me most about Lopez and Page is their 100% commitment to their tactic. They have not deviated at all. Not for a moment.
And Halbauer and Zubori haven't either, Guy.
No.
I mean, it's such a clean match played by both teams here.
No, it's really about, hey, who's gonna? I mean, even that forehand Zubori just missed probably went for a little too much. Good ball to drive, but it's just. I mean, I would say from the Halbauer Zubori shot, there's much more shot making going on, just because that's who they are, and it's Zubori. But I think Zubori could even do more at the net.
Love 30.
Don't let them just stand back there and lob the ball. Make them move. And how about this? Taking one out of the book of like a Nunez. How about hit the ball short and make them drive to create transition? Because this strategy slowly but surely is working for Lopez and Page.
Yep, agreed.
They're playing this match on their terms.
15-30.
I also think Zubori and Halbauer need to get Halbauer more involved.
They do.
I think.
But I think Page and Lopez,
Yeah.
they know they don't want that to happen.
No.
Lopez bringing some offense. I just want a little bit more Taya Page's forehand. Solid backhand volley from Lopez right there. She set in the middle and just waited for Ellie's shot. Big time defense moment right there, and double set point. Take it to a third
15-40
for Lopez and Page.
Halbauer and Zubori, they don't mind smiling a little bit, do they? Having a good time.
Hey, it's a game. They're grateful to be out there.
I see, unbelievable get.
Court
What,
coverage,
was it
all of these women, remarkable.
I don't even know what that was, Patty. Was that like a backhanded behind the? There it is. We get our third set.
game, And second set, Lopez, Page, 6 games to 3.
A lot of founders start out with an idea, maybe in a garage, in a shared workspace, and really being a co-pilot along that whole journey from ideation to execution to maybe monetization one day is really the role we've decided to take in the marketplace. So I feel like we have really found a part of the market and offering that just really hasn't existed. It's this coaching, it's therapy, it's co-piloting on a journey that is unique.
Success takes hard work. Making success a legacy takes discipline. Pejic Private. Your legacy, our discipline.
Lopez is taking a medical timeout.
Welcome back to the APTA
She's
Tour.
taking a medical timeout. She has 10 minutes total for that. I've started the clock, but she's going up to the recovery room. I just wanted to make sure you all knew that.
So welcome back to the APTA,
that?
APTA Tour. You're hearing the voice of
I had her
our
at,
umpire, Rob Laboon, saying Lopez is taking a 10-minute
54.
medical timeout. I'm Patty Hogan, along with Guy Moore and Lauren Mandel from Canubra
Correct.
Country Club. The finals of the 2026 APTA National Women's Championship here, and everybody wanted a third set. The number 1 and 2 teams destined to for a collision here in an epic final, and it's in the works. Lauren, I mean, what's your takeaway right now?
I don't know. It's kind of wild. I thought Lopez and Page, were in a good position to win that first set. They lost it. I thought Halbauer and Zubori looked like they had it all figured out in the second set, and they lost it. And who knows what we're going to see in the third. But I agree with Guy's assessment. The Lopez-Page strategy is working, and you saw, again, the errors just creep into Zubori's game at the end of that second set.
I can use the restroom quickly. That would be
All right, Guy, we're going to have a contest now. We have a little more time on our hands. I'm going to say a year. You open up that amazing mind of Guy Moore. Tell me who played in the finals of Nationals. 1991 Women's Nationals. You've got 8 seconds. You've got 5, 3. Don't mean to rush you.
Sue Airy, Diane Strauss-Tucker.
Deanne Strauss-Tucker.
Deanne, yes.
May she rest in peace. One of our game's greatest stars, one of our winningest women's players ever. Who did they beat in the finals?
They beat. Lauren, you're going to have to take over for me. Who did they beat in the finals?
It was Robin Fulton, then Diane Strauss-Tucker. They beat Sue Airy and Jerry Vion.
Okay. Guy, what year did you start playing paddle?
1994.
1994?
Yep.
Lauren, who played in the women's finals 1994 national championship?
Sue Airy and Jerry Vion.
Who'd they beat?
They beat Connie Jones and Cindy
Prendergast.
Prendergast.
Connie's a great player. She's got some national title with Jerry Vion, mixed national title. And no broadcast would be complete without mentioning Connie. I mean, I'm looking through the sheet that I handed to you guys so that I wouldn't really stump you in front of everybody. So many amazing champions in our sport. And, the Hall of Fame dinner, we kicked off this weekend with the induction of Jared Palmer and Drew Broderick into the Hall of Fame. And, Guy, why don't you talk about that? For many people, I mean, only 250 people could get tickets to that event. It's sold out. The lines were going forever. What a special event for your friend, Drew Broderick and Jared Palmer. Guy, why don't you share a little bit about that evening?
Well, a few things about that evening.
Yeah, make it shorter than my speech, though.
Are you done with your speech yet or no? I mean, I think you still probably have a couple people in there.
Zinger, you go, Guy.
Yeah. So Jared Palmer, Drew Broderick, just a great partnership for all those years, back-to-back-to-back national titles, 15, 16, 17. This is Drew's home club. He's director of rackets here at Canoe Brook, so not a better venue. to have his induction and Jared's induction. But by the way, I think we all said it. How many Green Jackets were in that room? When I say Green Jackets Hall of Fame members, I mean just packed house. It's probably, they're all special Hall of Fame dinners, but probably the best one I've ever been to. You want me to grade your speech out of 10?
I don't think I asked that question.
I'll give it a 15, Patty. It was
Hey,
awesome.
way to go, Guy.
No, but you know, the way that setup was, so Jared went in first and Mark Parsons inducted him, introduced him, and then after dinner, Patty, great speech, and then Drew Broderick was inducted to the Hall of Fame. I mean, just an unbelievable evening. They just like this whole event.
Unbelievable.
Grand Slam.
And Guy, I mean, just the atmosphere here in Jersey Nats when, you know, we were a year out, everybody's driving home from Philly cricket last year, and you're already thinking, how do we make this Nationals better? That's what the tournament committee, that was their undertaking, and they did it. It's remarkable what they thought about. So another shout out to tournament co-chairs Rob Scanoni and Blake Anderson, to Pam and Diego, and Jimmy White and Ian, Canoe Brook members on that Nationals committee. And then Friends of Paddle, amazing group of women and guys who did a tremendous amount to make this possible. Leslie Stitska, Karen Proscia, Justin Taylor, John Lubau, Greg Morgan, Debbie Tooths, and Melissa Lucchini. Congrats to them. Just a wonderful, wonderful event.
I tell you what, Patty, it's been interesting. I haven't seen it in a positive way because it's within the rules. I haven't seen players taking advantage or using this 10-minute injury timeout rule as much as they have here, in a good way. I mean, it's there for a reason, right? And
yes,
you know, if Lopez didn't need this 10 minutes, she wouldn't have taken it because they just won the second set on their terms.
Well, we're at the end of the tour, and everybody's a little beat up, and, you know, you go through the grind, the demands on your body physically, but it's the mental component that just wears on you, and so you make it all the way to the finals, and there's so much that your body is kind of has to withstand here. So it's interesting in that she took the break after Paige and Lopez won that second set.
It's usually the other way around.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep. You know, though, you know what it gave? You know what? I think
she was hungry. I think she needed a snack.
I think LeBoon and her talked our chair umpire and said, hey, I need to get down from this chair for a minute.
Wouldn't mind a break.
He was giving her a little, hey.
There's Mike Yahimski, who heads up the umpires. Wonderful job last couple years for the APTA Tour.
Okay, we got everybody back on the court. Patty, what's the rule with after that 10-minute break, warm-up wise? It's a good one, right?
I'm not sure they get.
I don't think you do.
To practice, I think they resume play.
Right, which is bad for all four players. I mean.
Yeah.
Third set.
Here we go, everybody. Patty Hogan, Lauren Mandel, I'm Guy Moore. Women's finals, APTA Nationals, Canoe Brook Country Club, Summit, New Jersey. You have basically two even sets, almost identical, just going the opposite way. In the first set, Halbauer and Zubori had some momentum, ending the set, won the last couple games, and then the same thing with Lopez and Page at the end of the second set. You got Anna Marie Zubori to the top right of our screen. In the ad side, obviously all red. She's got the visor on, and then you got Ellie Halbauer to the top left of our screen in the forehand side. You got B. Lopez hitting that overhead there, and her partner Taya Page.
All right, Guy, it's going to be a brawl. I said earlier, there's only one guarantee. It can't be a tiebreaker because they play out the third set. No tiebreakers.
Do you think, Patty, we're going to see anything real different here in the first part of this third set from either team?
I don't think I'm going to see a dramatic tactical
Right.
error. Give me a minute to think about it, please. Thanks, Guy.
Tell you what, that's the move
15
Zubori wants to
all.
make.
Guy, the last time the women's finals went overtime, 2014 Hall of Famers Anna Brzova and Vicky Stoklasova won 10-8 in the third over Long Island's Carrie Flynn and Sue Tarzian.
Wow. That's a long time frame to not go into OT. You know, it really is if you think about it.
Yeah, with the level of talent at the top of the game and the
You would
parity.
think, you would think that would happen more often.
A lot of three-setters. Linkero and Macy beat Anika and Nicolescu in a three-setter, 6-3 in the third and 2023 Guy. Hanish and Zubori. They won both their national titles together in three sets, 7-5 in the third over Nicolescu and Liz Cruz.
15-30.
Elliot Radesno took them three sets. They won 6-2 in the third over Cooper and Hanish. That was Macy Elliott's first national title. Year before that, Cruz and Nicolescu, three sets over Lauren Barron and Roxy Anika. Lots of three-setters. Guy, do you
15-40.
critical? Do you think break a serve early in this third set? Critical?
I think everything matters in the third set.
Halbauer, Zubori. They win the first game of the third set.
And you know,
New ball in
Lopez,
play, ladies.
just with her serve, this match in general is just. I almost feel like, even though she's not serving it hard, even underhand, sometimes she's still rushing it a little bit. I mean, she's just way too good to ever fault hitting the ball at that speed.
Great shot of Ellie Halbauer right there and Anna Zubori, the women in red, looking to earn a national title together here at Canubra Country Club, Summit, New Jersey, 2026 National Championships.
And Patty, I'll go ahead and say with Halbauer and Zubori, if they just cut down on some of the unforced errors.
Love 15.
Because that's where Lopez and Page have been able to push this to a third set. They're going to be in the driver's seat.
The sun's out, Guy. That's why when you're out there with your shades, big change here. The first time we've seen the sun in Jersey in about 4 days, I think.
Yeah, weather's actually been ideal for paddle.
It has
I mean,
been.
this is the warmest day out of the three,
But, you know, Jersey, they think about their fans, and they wanted to warm up the temp, so everyone would come out here, and there's still time,
15
men's
all.
finals, to follow this. Take a lift, take an Uber, or go to the Hilton, jump on the shuttle, come over to Canubra Country Club, go into the tent. There's a lot of fun going on in that tent, Guy.
Yep, they did a great job with that.
Tents, I should say. They're all over the place.
Tents have been.
The recovery room for commentators, I can't believe they set that up. I was up there last night. They have really good food there, Guy. I don't know if they told you about that one.
They did not. And neither did you until now.
Hey, I didn't want you to take my food, Guy.
I mean, that's not
It's
cool.
every broadcaster
so
for
you know,
themselves
That's
here.
not cool at all. You know, too, an interesting point, and I think it's well within sportsmanship. You have someone that you might feel like is a little injured. Wouldn't you test her mobility out?
I think you would. I'm thinking I might attempt a drop shot even on a warm day. Just a short volley just to pull her in and just watch, see how her wheels are working.
Right. And it's the attrition of it all, too. I mean, can you track anybody? I shouldn't say anyone, but most people will track down one or two. If it keeps coming, it's frustrating. That's a great move by Lopez. Wow. There it is. Wow, she almost got that.
(30-15).
Zubori doing a very good job of spreading her overheads out. Now, the question is, hey, she's swinging the ball from side to side, but is that something that we necessarily teach all the time? Well, guess what? If it's their tactic and they know where the ball's coming back from, so what? But Zubori is very good at creating her own net scheme because of her ability to make shots. So you saw her cut that ball into the backhand side and then hit more of a waterfall.
I saw the ball good. I'm not trying to make it even, Anna Maria. I saw the ball in.
Anna Maria was asking Rob Laboon about his math. And if you make one overrule, do you pay it back? You don't. You call it like you see it. That's what Rob
40,
does.
30.
Well, to be honest with you, thank goodness he's in the chair up there. I mean, because things could go sideways in a match like this. You know, it's done. He, boom, on top of it.
Guy, when we talked earlier about Lopez and her mobility and his injury coming into here, this is where I would hit her a wicked roller and really test her scrambling. She looks slightly
Halbauer,
gimpy.
Zubori, they lead 2 games to love. Third set.
And I think she's in pain. She's sucked it up all weekend. She's doing a great job.
Great job.
And
Well,
so maybe she had to go ice it just for a little bit. She rolled her ankle, but I think Halbauer and Zubori are crazy right now not to go after Lopez. And you can see right there she was really gimpy. She went to push off and really couldn't. But even if she could and she was healthy, she wouldn't have gotten that ball.
No.
That's the winner. That's Zubori's greatness.
Well, and I said it a moment ago, Patty, I feel like if Halbauer and Zubori just stop missing some of the basic balls that they've missed, then they would control, because that's how Lopez and Page have stayed in this match.
Must-win game for Lopez Page. Must-hold guy.
I mean, without a doubt. You know, Patty, it's, you know, third set of the Nationals. I mean, every game's must-win. You know, I still, we both question why Paige is standing up there with that serve at that speed, right? But listen, if she is hurt a little bit, they need the net. They don't want to deal with that from the baseline.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And Paige and Lopez should probably switch out and let Paige hit the overheads and Lopez hang on the net, do less work. See, that's the ball I'm talking about. There's no reason for Zubori to miss that. She's too good, right?
Yep.
She's kind of dialed it in. She's not missing.
She's not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's. I think you're gonna. And the other thing too is if Paige knows that Lopez might be hurt a little bit, they're switching on purpose here. Then you'll see they'll have no choice but to speed it up. I don't think they want to stand out there and play long points when someone's injured.
So double break point, as you can see on the screen, against Lopez.
Game, Halbauer, Zubori. They lead 3 games to love. Third set.
And, you know, B's definitely hurting. And she was just going to dump that ball in. And I just think if Paige was back with her on the baseline,
well,
the pressure goes way down.
For sure. And not only that, Patty, but if she's back on the baseline with her, she says, hey, let's slow it down. Just put the ball in. It doesn't matter. Serve it underhand, whatever you need to do.
Good shot of the crowd. Jersey strong. Join the action. Get ready for the men's final. I hear there's a bus coming.
Tell you what, it's the one. Look, this final's the one everyone wanted, and the men's final's the one everyone.
Yep, 1 and 2 against 1 and 2.
Yep.
Met Earth Powers last night. Got a bus coming out of the city. A whole bunch of their friends were in the stands. It was a riot.
I think you're going to see more of Zubori spinning balls and pushing it behind. That's a good get by Lopez. I didn't think she was going to actually get that. Great lob. She's not going away, Patty. She's a fighter.
Love 15.
So this is where Lopez and Page need to dig deep. This is where Halbauer and Zubori need to say, hey, let's lock it in.
Lock it in right here, right now.
Just home stretch. But this has happened all match long. You feel a little momentum on one side, and it's really been the Patty, the basics has really been faulting, to be honest with you, from both sides. That ball looked out.
It is the finals of nationals, guy, and there's nothing like playing in this match and the amount of pressure and how that impacts
right.
your serve. You're serving the most of any shot in the game.
Love 40.
Well, if Lopez and Page win this game, which looks like they certainly should, I mean, it's what they needed. They needed a quick game to try to redirect some of the energy.
And again, another serve right into Page's body. We've just not seen that forehand, but it worked out. Lopez Page on the board here.
Game, Lopez Page.
Well, if you're going to have a loose game,
Halbauer Zubori lead 3 games to 1.
go ahead and do it when you're up 3-love.
All right, so here we go. Paige Lopez having a long chat, thinking about what their strategy should be here, what their positioning, maybe what they could tweak.
Both staying back.
Yep, Tay has gone to the drop underhand serve. Just stay back here on the baseline.
Smart. Listen, good adjustment. Probably needed to happen earlier, but who cares? They did it.
Well, I think they needed to do it more on the Lopez serve.
For sure.
So, but I'm not surprised that they're doing it at this point because there's so much pressure. And if you're feeling it at all, just dump the ball in the box and get into the point.
Well, what's happening here, Patty, is they, I mean, barring you miss a serve when you're serving at 2 miles an hour, I mean, you're guaranteeing yourself that you get into the point. You've eliminated the toughest shot in the game, which is, wow, great hands by Halbauer, which is the first volley if you decide that you're going to come in. Wow. I mean,
30
it's just what do you say?
The pendulum just hit you in the head. It just swung from one side back
it's
over.
Just, we've said it the entire match. It's not the difficult shots that are being missed. No one can take hold of it and run with it. I was saying as we headed into the third set, the first and second set were basically identical in terms of momentum moves. You know, one by Zubori and Halbauer and one by Lopez and Page. The sets were similar. I mean, they were tight until the last 2 games.
40, love.
I mean,
it's remarkable, guy.
7 straight points.
Wow.
When you were just up 3-love. This happened in Cincinnati too, though, Patty. Halbauer and Zubori were up, I think 5-2, and Lopez and Page came back and won that set, and then they went to 3 and won the match. I mean, we're already there now in the third, so
yep,
no wiggle room, but
watching Lopez, she's moving around a little gingerly, guy, I would say.
I don't know. It's a hard read. I mean, I don't disagree with you. It's just.
Wow.
Listen, she's doing a good job of hiding it, but I mean, you got to feel like, yeah.
That made her ankle hurt a little bit more.
Yep.
40, 15.
Again, kind of ball of life on the forehand over there in that ad court. Lights out. And
Zubori held that.
Yep.
Wow.
Good footwork right there to come up and extend that point. Wow.
You know what's interesting too, Patty, is they still, from a net scheme, Halbauer and Zubori, I mean, they're not putting just tons of pressure on Lopez. They're not.
I know.
I don't.
Because they're all friends, guy. No, no, it's shocking that they're not. I think that's what you were alluding to.
Yeah, I mean. Lopez and Page need to 100% win this game and basically bring things back to even.
It's going to happen, Guy. I just kind of feel like it with the momentum swings here.
Wouldn't be surprised if Zubori, she gets that short overhead. She hits a nice cutter.
Lopez is doing a real good job with the height of her lobs
sure
here,
is.
buying herself a ton of time.
And the sun is a factor on Halbauer and Zubori's side of the court right now. It's directly in their eyes. That's why I think it's such a good tactic by Lopez. Look how high those lobs are. Oh. Lopez was on that, though.
She was.
Game, Lopez, Page.
Wow, Patty.
Halbauer, Zubori lead 3 games to 2. Third set.
Guy, how about our great sponsors for this event? Thanks so much to Land Rover, Parsippany, and Sea Louse, Pure Hockey, Pejic Private, Viking Athletics. Who else, Guy?
Land Rover. Well, I had to
Corient,
say Land Rover twice just because of my parking spot.
Corient, Made For. So many great vendors for the Nationals, for the National Championships. Big thank you to the New Jersey Men's Platform Tennis League, New Jersey Women's Platform Tennis League. So many people stepped up to make the Nationals such an amazing event for all the players, but most importantly, for all the spectators. Ellie Halbauer serving, 3-2. Third set, Women's National Championships.
Let's see if Zubori and Halbauer do something different here in terms of speed of their overheads. They just spent the whole last game at the net.
Yep. Third set started off 3 straight games for Halbauer. Zubori, after a long medical timeout in between sets for B. Lopez. They came out a little flat, but they are grinding. And Lopez Page won those last 2 games. And
there's that ball through the middle, Patty. You know, no one's in that definitive volley position. They're both hanging off, playing side by side, and Zubori hit that ball medium pace, just a great spot. I'd be interested to see if she doesn't do more of that right now.
They've got to seal off the middle because Lopez's movement is a little bit compromised. They don't want to welcome as much transition as they usually do.
Right. And again,
30 love.
It's just the tale of who's making the simple mistake. It's been that way the entire match.
Great rip return of serve from Lopez.
We haven't seen that much today.
No, and I like her being bold here.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen a lot of return of serves down the line in this match, which I love. I think it's really important. I think a lot of people tend to get into a pattern of only cross-court returns.
Look at this. Look at Paige staying back. This is interesting. We haven't seen this today. What do you think of this, Patty?
You think Lopez staying back? What do I think of that?
Well, I mean, we just haven't seen that formation today yet. Yeah.
40, love.
Little bit, I mean, when Zubori and Hanish brought that to the table last year, I mean, Zubori was in the middle of the court, just moving everywhere. That time, Paige was kind of staying on one side.
Really good lob from Lopez there. They're kind of fighting over it. Ellie wanted that one.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're not hitting more hard rollers at that deuce side of the court.
Yep. I think it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Game, Halbauer, Zubori. They lead 4 games to 2. Third set.
Let's see if Halbauer and Zubori take it to the next level here and see the light.
I have a feeling we're going to see them pull the trigger a little bit. They don't want to go away from what they're doing, but when they get the opportunity, they're going to crack it.
And again, now they're both staying back, which we agree with.
That's what we wanted earlier for them. What a great touch lob from
It sure was.
B. Lopez out of that deuce court.
Yeah, they're committed to staying back here. I don't know. I feel like they've spent the last 2 games at the net, and I feel like they're controlling things up there, but I think both these teams, Patty, are just going to say we're just going to grind. I mean, you see some shot making here and there, but not the typical Zubori show.
Well, Guy, as we have seen the tremendous transition the game has undergone, it always comes back to traditional play at the biggest moments.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest moments of the year, so it is not surprising to us that old school paddle prevails.
Yeah, you see it on both the men's and women's side. You know, when you have a big point, it's so easy to tell because everything slows down. It goes back to the game 50 years ago.
Because every player respects the opponents and their racket skills, and so you just know if I just hit a crushing drive that it's going to break them down. You're not going to really break down these players on their volleys necessarily.
Well, 15.
Yeah, you see that they're playing Paige's side of the court, and then when they get a short ball, they're attacking Lopez's corner, making her move. Smart lob by Zubori. Paige is just staying back. This is what I'm talking about. This is interesting.
And it's funny that Zubori and Halbauer don't want the net either. They could have just hit down the line.
No, you haven't seen this much. I mean,
taken it
they're
over.
both just so hesitant. Here comes Paige back in, but
fascinating given their firepower that they opt for more conservative approach here. They are up 4-2.
It's interesting too because Patty, they just started doing that without even talking about it. I mean, clearly they have at some point, but it's given Zubori and Halbauer a different look. Kind of like, what are you guys doing? I think the easiest way to describe this match so far for either team, win or lose, has just been a slow burn. I mean, I think it's one of the most traditional paddle matches we've seen in a long time.
I agree. Might go back to that 10-8 final won by Brzova-Saksova over Flynn and Tarzan.
You think someone's going to light up an overhead here, Patty, towards that deuce side?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't either. I kind of want to.
Me too.
Wow.
Zubori had an idea. She was looking to sneak in, but just a sick volley deep right at her feet. And she couldn't come up with
I
the
like
shot.
where she was going, but I just, go to continental grip and just edge that ball a little bit and come in behind it if that's what you want to do.
You can see looking right into that sun, just
Yeah, the
pushing
sun's
that
back.
ball in.
Look at the shadows on the court now. Be careful with that with Paige. I mean, it. That's where Paige has got to move over and hammer that.
I was just thinking, we need an appearance by Taya Paige
Got
here.
to. I mean, that lob is so good.
40, 30.
And because, as a result of that really good lob, that's where she has an opportunity to slide toward the middle, because there's no way that overhead can get in her corner behind her.
Yeah, there's just zero angle. Even if it does go behind her, it's not going to hurt her. You would say, Patty, there it is.
Yeah,
it's
well
right.
handled right there.
Yeah,
by
it was.
Lopez.
And they saw that Lopez made a good first move to it and just gave up the net, which is giving up nothing. It's giving up a bad matchup with Lopez driving a ball from 2 feet from the net, right? That matchup doesn't favor the volleyer. Wow, great lob.
Uh-oh.
There's that middle again. But see, those are misses. Zubori's not over. Well, I mean, you could say she's not going for a big shot. She just doesn't quite trust it.
Halbauer, Zubori
A little bit of a
lead,
decel.
4 games to 3.
Little
third
decel
set.
and little indecision.
Yeah.
I think that's where she could have pummeled either player.
Yeah. Just
around the right hip
just
area,
line
the
it
right
up
side.
and go after it.
Yeah. And she might even get a body shot on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what Lopez and Paige were actually expecting. Surprised Zubori went for the shot straight ahead.
Yeah.
But she's confident, and she sees the whole court, and there's not a place on the court she can't hit with her shot selection, shot variety, and so she went for it. So Halbauer, Zubori here, up 4-3, finals of nationals, third set. Beautiful and amazing. Knubrook Country Club, we want to thank them for their hospitality. Have you ever seen so many happy people at a tournament, Guy? And the staff, the employees, Albert, Kimberly, I mean, each of them has stepped above and beyond. Drew, the bartender, every single person, and of course the membership of Knubrook. Kudos to them. They've been marvelous.
How do you know the bartender?
I passed him, and he introduced
himself
to me the other day.
Well, I was talking to
Drew Cocktails.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the bartender. He's a celebrity bartender.
I was talking to, and you see, okay, there's an interesting thing, too, that we haven't even really discussed. Potentially why staying back there? Well, it's the obvious, the sun. Yeah, I mean, the sun is directly above. Now, I was, all kidding aside, talking to Blake Anderson when I was outside, and he said, you know how you get a good crowd? And this goes back to our great sponsors. You know how you get a good crowd at the Nationals? Just give everything for free.
That's right.
I mean,
Give it away. Free beer, spectators,
Yeah.
T-shirts. It's amazing what sponsorship allows for.
Absolutely.
15 love.
What a match, guy. Just back and forth, back and forth. One team gets momentum, the other team just grinds, keeps it close.
And it's clear that they're just staying back because of the sun. I mean,
yep.
They have no choice. You'll see them probably go back here again. Be interested to see if they stay throughout this point. And if they do, Lopez and Pejic are going to hit a lot of lobs. Yep. So some transition there, Patty. Lopez hit a great lob. It bounced. Zubori and Halbauer went back and then hit through again, back to the net. I would think he wouldn't want to stand up there and play a really long point looking up.
Yeah, really good lob out of that ad court for Page. Lopez, Page sticking to the plan.
They
Lots
are.
of off-speed balls, trying to dump the ball deep. Keeping the ball straight ahead, then it limits the amount of court they have to cover on the next shot.
Right.
Kind of lulled Ellie a little bit there with all those off-speed shots to Zubori.
15 all.
Little lob error up the line. Sigh of relief for Lopez and Page.
I'm still very surprised that neither team has sped anything up in this match. Zero.
Shocking.
Ball was deep.
Staying back. It's harder than you think to dump a ball in the finals of nationals. That box over there just shrinks when you look out sometimes. Wow.
Yeah.
Another swing.
15-40.
Just rushing here a little bit. And you know, Patty, you look at Lopez and Page and just say, hey, we're going to play this way until somebody hits their breaking point over there, because they haven't bended at all.
Here it is. That's the roller to open up the court and then try to break down Lopez in that deuce court. But she came up with an amazing lob there.
So good.
Awesome.
Wow.
Lopez getting the crowd going.
Yeah.
Game, Lopez, Page.
I love
Games
the
are
energy.
4-all, third set. Kaya, new ball. Ellie, new ball. Okay.
Marshtown, New Jersey's Rob LeBoon. He's done a wonderful job as umpire for the APTA over the years. I think this is his finale, Guy.
That's what I heard.
I think he's headed back to the West Coast.
That's what the word on the street is, Rob.
Kudos to Rob on a great career with his time volunteering as an APTA umpire. He's done a wonderful job. 4-all. This is what we wanted, Guy. This is what we expected, number 1 and 2 seeds in the country. Coming into this national tournament, and oh my Lord, what a show they've put on. The women of paddle are mighty. What an awesome display of talent here.
Well, you see what's happened, too, by Lopez and Page both being committed to staying back on their serves. They've not faulted since.
30, love.
And those free points could be, honestly, Patty, the difference in what we're seeing right now.
You're right, Guy. You often are, Guy, I gotta say.
Thanks, Patty.
A brilliant mind.
There's that ball through the middle again.
Yep.
And this Patty is where Zubori needs to stay the course, because she could go one way or another here. I mean, she can light it up or string together a couple mistakes, which at the end of the day with Lopez and Page, that's been what they've been playing for. Just saying, I was out there talking to one of our fellow great commentators, Mike Raleigh, and we said early on in the match watching it, these guys are just saying we're not going to beat ourselves today. That's it.
Yeah, that's another brilliant mind. That Mike Raleigh guy.
Brilliant mind.
(30-15).
The other danger too, Patty, and we haven't seen it strung together by Zubori this match, is Lopez and Page don't want to let her get on a roll either, because she can make it look easy quickly.
Taya Page, one of the greatest forehands in women's paddle, and we've not seen it.
No.
She hasn't really inserted it here because the overheads of Halbauer and Zubori have done a wonderful job in really pinning her with consistency with their overheads into that ad court. And because they're really trying to keep a low error count, she doesn't want to risk missing it. So she's at 4-all in the finals of women's nationals with her best weapon in her pocket.
Yeah, and again, she just hasn't had to. I mean, I think she could create it more if she wanted to, but that's not at all what they're tactically trying to accomplish. You know what? Just as much as it is physical, because the points are obviously longer, deciding to do that mentally also says to yourself, you know what? We're going to be out here for a long time, and guess what we have? Going on 3 hours almost, right?
Yeah, we're headed to about the 240
point.
mark in this match.
Patty, do you think if Lopez Page go up 5-4 that Halbauer, Zubori speeded up, specifically Zubori? Or do you think we see more of this?
I think they speed it up.
Yeah,
I think if they get behind 5-4, wouldn't be surprised.
And the reason I think we all can see that they're committed to what they're doing is even when they lob well, and they lob well, they're not really moving and setting themselves up for offense. They're just stepping back, looking to lob the next ball. They're basically letting the offense come to them from really the screens.
Yep.
I mean, they're not driving up. They're not even looking to drive off the deck.
You see Lopez again, little gimpy in that deuce court. And she's kind of gone to a little bit more of like the bunny hop. I mean, Easter's around the corner, but she's doing a little bit more like hopping when she has to pivot because she can't press down on the one ankle like she's used to. She took that 15-minute injury break in between the second and third sets. Started out a little gimpy. Maybe got herself an Advil.
Yeah.
So she could fight through the pain.
Starting to see a little speed here by Zubori.
Oh, nice adjustment from Page right there.
Wow.
Wow.
She had to let that go. It looked like it was going out, especially at that height.
Yeah. Almost a miss hit.
Yeah.
Wow. Kind of a shocking miss from Lopez right there.
Again, it's unexpected ones.
30-all.
Yep. So 4-all, 30-all. One set all, guy.
Dead even after 2 hours and 45 minutes. Dead even.
I wonder if we could look at total number of points won in this match up to this point at 4-all.
Get our production crew working, Patty.
Yeah, see if we can't just get a quick look, guy. Total number of points.
You look, games won, dead even. I mean, 14-13. Points won,
won,
8. I mean,
80
there it
to
is.
78. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Thanks. Another producing excellent move.
Yeah, see
right
how
there.
we
Thanks for calling that up. Just
see how we teed you up. We're a package here. We're a team.
40-30.
All right, Patty.
this is so exciting, guy. I can't even stand it. Both these teams, just 4 of our greatest players in the game. And we want both teams to do great.
Wow.
But only one can win.
I like that little move by Paige there.
Me too.
And I liked her going straight ahead. Again, she was in the middle. The ball can't hurt her behind her with angle.
Great point, guy.
Great get by Lopez. That's why I like that Zubori drive straight ahead to set that ball up in the middle of the Halbauer. Looks like Zubori and Halbauer are used to the sun too. I mean,
Deuce.
Paige hasn't, taken the opportunity to drive much. She's just let that part of her game go. Pulled the trigger there, missed. Back to deuce.
just when you think she's not going to get something, Lopez
Yeah.
is there, and she.
What a great performance with Lopez here in this third set. Really doing a great job handling the overheads into that deuce corner. She got stuck a little deep
She
there,
did.
and I think
Smart play by Zubori.
yeah, Zubori recognized that.
Yeah.
And she has
'Cause
the ability to.
anything harder, it's an easy get for
Yep.
Lopez.
Great slider, lack of speed, a little
Yeah.
bit of backspin, underspin on that ball. Perfect time for it.
They're going to stick with it, Patty.
That's the one I was
Yep.
talking about, pulls by Lopez way up in the court. But
Great lob. Great lob.
how many times have we said that today?
I
Great
know,
lob, Lopez.
I know. And again, it's been the story of the match. Neither one of these teams have missed. It's the easier ball that they've made mistakes on, not the one that you would expect them to. Wow.
What a point. Lopez held her ground on that one volley. Ellie came out swinging. I was like, oh no. And she defended it, and we're back to deuce, guy.
Obviously easy to tell, too, how great this crowd is out there. Probably up around 400 or 500 people out there watching.
Yeah, there's a whole nother grandstand on the near side that's out of camera view. Again, come on down. There's opportunity. We got the men's final. That could go on for 5 hours. Plenty of seats, up close and personal. Watch the games best here at Canubra Country Club. Ooh, I would have liked Page's forehand to insert right there.
She's just not looking for it, though.
But she realized that and hit that next shot through. Lopez Page up at the net now.
I feel like this game's more important for Zubori and Halbauer than it is for Lopez and Page. I feel like the crowd probably will really get behind Lopez and Page if they go up 5-4.
Lopez lives in Jersey.
Right, that's it.
Jersey crowd trying to cheer her on here. She lives in Morristown, New Jersey, one of the platform tennis capitals for teaching pros of the paddle world. Did you know that guy?
I did know that. When's the last time fiancés have both been in the men's and women's finals?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Advantage, Miss Page.
Fiancés. Were Carrie and Mike engaged, or did they just walk down the aisle? Stulac and Delmonico.
It's a good question. Wow. Barely in by Zubori. Great touch. Wow.
Great.
Unbelievable. There's some shot making from Zubori, but she reins it back in quickly. Patty, would you love to see Paige pull the trigger here? What's her risk reward, though? At this point of the match?
No point.
I don't think so.
Unless she gets an opening with a Halbauer overhead, maybe going push beyond the service line. If she gets a little bit of an opening there, maybe she would pull the trigger.
I tell you what, Lopez and Page want to be careful because they're starting to aim for the neck. They've got to block those balls. And that speeds it up, too. Ball coming back quicker and quicker. And it could create what you're looking for, Patty, something short that they could step up and go after. They just haven't.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen a Page rip a forehand off after Lopez. You know, that 1-2 punch.
Yep.
But they're staying true to the game plan. We keep saying over and over, and incredible discipline for them to play this way in this match.
Honestly, they haven't changed one thing about it the entire match. Nor have they needed to. Have you ever seen Zubori this patient, by the way?
I have not. I have not.
I mean, she really has been.
She has a tendency. She wants to hit the ball. They both want to hit the ball right now. Wow, and Zubori got it.
That's the one I was talking about.
Exactly right, Guy. You called it.
Deuce.
Yeah, she's clearly aiming for it.
Yeah, and Paige has to block it because she's not looking to hit her forehand, so why not just
Yeah, she needs to be over in that corner.
slide.
If that's the tactic, fine, but don't let balls get, especially even at this temperature, you can't let softballs get into that corner. I don't know if anyone's going to seize the moment here. I mean, they're just it's so old school and traditional, again, in a good way, where they're just saying, you know what, the only team, we're just going to let you beat yourself. Both teams are doing the same thing. And
Page serving. That's Halbauer hitting that return from that deuce court.
starting to see a little bit firmer overheads. I tell you what, if they're going to do that, they better start looking for screen drives, because it'll come, especially Lopez's backhand. She holds it, and she will place it. Wow.
What a great adjustment on that screen from Lopez.
Again,
couldn't come up with two.
Those are the balls that have to be blocked.
I think that's exactly the point, guys. She can make amazing gets.
Ms.
But at some
Zubori.
point, when you make an amazing get and you hit the ball short again against a player like Zubori, she makes you pay ultimately.
They're not, listen, they haven't been beaten the middle the whole day. Get to your corner. Block the ball, speed the point up without them even knowing it. This.
I think the lobbing.
Game. Halbauer Zubori. They lead 5-4, third set.
Listen.
From Lopez Page in that last game. Much weaker than the entire match. Just a couple of short balls.
Well, I think the adjustment Zubori made specifically is aiming for the corner. Now, what does that do, right? Are you going to hit some nicks? Well, yeah, you saw her do that, right?
New ball in play.
But more importantly, the ball comes, she's speeding it up in a small way. She's not allowing them, because the tighter it is in the corner, the quicker it is.
Great shot, a Hall of Famer. Bobo Delaney right there with that blue T-shirt.
You got good eyes, Patty.
I've got my glasses on for a reason, guy.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Ellie Halbauer trying to serve it out for a national title. Up 5-4.
New ball in play.
First point, very important for both teams here. Very. Ooh. Pulled the trigger.
Love it.
Love 15.
Bold move from
And guess what? Caught him off guard.
Yep. But big disadvantage. They're looking into the sun in this game, right, Guy?
Yep.
They're on the sunny side right now. Tougher to be at the net, so they're happy to be on the baseline on that far side now.
Driven more balls this game than they have the whole third set, Patty. Page and Lopez. They need to be careful about pushing that ball to the middle where Zubori can take 2 steps and pick them apart with their forehand. Wow.
Love 30.
I like where she was going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really tough ball to make from coming that
it is.
close to the net. Such a low bouncing ball.
Playing to win. I mean, it's funny we get to 5-4 and then
boom.
Yeah.
Halbauer Zubori, just phenomenal match, negating the forehand from Paige, and she really
Yeah.
has. She's gotten 3 looks or 4 looks in 3
30.
sets here, and a little wild swing right there.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't seen her do that the entire
No.
match. You know,
Good rip, but great move from Zubori. She just knew Paige was going to lock and load right there.
yeah, it's interesting, you know, and there it is, Zubori.
Wow, beautiful slash overhead.
30 all. Ball was wide, yes. 30, 40.
Lopez and Paige a point away from leveling this off again, and they do it. Wow.
I mean, incredible. 5-all, finals of the Nationals.
Game, Lopez, Page. Games are 5-all, third set.
Can we take a quick look at the stats? Total number of points won, Guy? You keeping your count, or do you rely on court director for these moments?
I'm going to say it's almost even. How about 51% to 49%?
85 points won by Halbauer, 87 by Lopez Page.
That's unbelievable. Right on the line, great dig by Lopez again.
You know, I'm going to be disappointed if we don't get like an 11-9, maybe a 21-19 finish here, Guy. What do you think? It's possible. No tiebreaker, we remind you, in the third set of the national championship.
So you saw that last game there, even though Lopez and Page won it. You know, that's the first game that Lopez and Page have really sped things up the entire match.
Oh boy,
Good
you
leave.
knew that was trouble.
Good leave. Oh,
Tough play in transition to pull off that cutter. I mean, if it was Mike Raleigh, I think he's the only guy on the planet who could have made that shot. No, Zubori, we know she's got every shot and a lot of confidence in her variety of shots, but that could come back to bite her.
I think the story of this match too, Patty, is no one, not either one of these teams have been able to hold on to any momentum.
I think you're exactly right, Guy. As always.
It's been a while since we've seen a match as close to dead, even with points game score.
Yes.
I mean, it really has been.
Well, why not have the best match of the year in the finals of the national championships, Guy?
Well, it really is.
Ooh.
Good move.
Ooh.
That's a heck of a volley by Zubori. Forehand volley.
Notice how long she stayed down?
Yes.
Praying somehow
Praying.
that ball stayed in.
You know, it's we've said it over and over again. Hey, why aren't they hitting more of that type of ball to Lopez? I mean, you got to be careful with that. I mean, but they've been lobbing so well. It's just, I mean, even if Zubori and Halbauer are back there, they're hitting the balls, and when they do get something shorter, they speed it up a little bit. But it's tough to hit rollers from the service line. She gonna block that ball in the corner, Patty?
Not sure. She let one sneak in a couple shots ago.
Yeah.
Hoping she recognizes that, because Zubori or Halbauer, it's worth that play, I think, at this point.
Wow. Again, untraditional miss. as well as they're
15,
defending.
30.
See, yeah. If she just stayed in, stepped
Right.
to her right ahead of time, looking to hit her forehand.
Well, and if that ball's hit hard, Paige is there anyways, right? So, Patty, I think we could say, regardless of who wins this match, Zubori, Halbauer, I mean, the softball is the one hurting Lopez and Paige in their corners. It's not the hard ball.
No. But because you're playing someone like a Zubori who has the hands to slide those balls into that corner, blocking it up, eliminating the chance of a nick or getting beaten on a screen at this point, you know, just block and you can minimize that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, what a
Wow.
wow. Gets the drive, forces
15,
transition.
40.
Just couldn't come up with it. Great
I tell you
shot.
what, even if that one didn't hit the net cord, I mean, it would still been a tough ball. Great touch by Zubori.
What touch by Zubori, vintage Zubori right there.
And you notice how Halbauer just let that ball go down our line because she was looking to close the middle out.
Yep,
Doesn't even flinch at that ball. Wow.
really
Wow.
good straight ahead volley right there. Way too far for Lopez on a gimpy foot to cover, and
Game.
Halbauer Zubori.
Zabori.
But again, Patty,
6-5, third set.
going back to what we kind of discussed probably an hour ago, the short ball, whether they're doing it on purpose or not, is creating transition where they could volley behind them. They need that movement instead of Lopez and Paige just standing back there lobbing. They've just been so good at it today.
Good look at the crowd here. Backdrop of Canubrook Country Club there.
Little spring day
Everybody's
here.
taking pictures of Hall of Famer Bobo Delaney right there.
Yep.
Asking for her autographs. There's Rob Scadoni, tournament co-chair. Lots of celebrity sightings here.
Bobo's just got, what's she on the 50-yard line, Patty?
She's got the 50-yard. She was one of the first 100 spectators here.
Did you give her that ticket?
She earned that ticket.
All right, they're staying back.
All right, Zubori to serve.
Obviously, the sun's still a factor. So, Patty, you think they're staying back because of the sun or just because they're saying, hey, we just want to make sure we get into every single point? It's interesting because my next question is going to be if they lob over their heads, will they come in and stay?
I think so.
I do too. Wow. Again, it's the easy one. Unforced error.
15-all.
Halbauer Zubori, 3 points away from their first national title together. Had to hit it.
Wow, went for a touch shot, missed it. Huge.
What just happened? Oh, the ball coming back over. Can't miss that, right?
30-15.
Women in red are feeling it, but Lopez, Page, every time this has happened, they figured it out. And,
They really have
switched the momentum.
Well, and here's the question we just asked one another. Would they come in? And here they are. So
if this was a 3 out of 5 set match, it would be this close. Every segment of the match is played out in a similar fashion. Lopez Page just running out of time, looking for that last momentum shift here.
15.
Of course they saved a match point, Guy. We've got Mike Raleigh. He's going to join us in the booth here, help us wrap up this match.
It's quite a match here, Patty. This is a fan of the game. Doesn't get any better than this.
It leaves you speechless, doesn't it?
I know. Jeez, it doesn't happen often.
And we also have our commentator, Lauren Mandel, back in the booth. She'll be joining us to help wrap this up. Thanks, Mike. We'll let you get prepared for the men's final. It's going to be epic, and here's Lauren Mandel.
second match point here for Halbauer Zubori. Halbauer pulls the trigger. Wow.
But to follow form, Lopez and Page again.
Saving 2 match points.
Deuce.
And again, and Patty, on 2 unforced errors. I mean, that little push ball that Zubori missed and then a lob wide from Halbauer.
Feeling the pressure. A little speed up from
Yeah,
Halbauer Zubori.
that looked
We
out
knew
to
that
me.
was coming.
Wow, that was close. Yeah. Do you think Halbauer and Zubori just
Advantage, Miss Zubori.
play a slow point here or do more of what they just did?
I think they go slow. I think third match point, stick with their strategy. Just keep themselves making good decisions from good spots. And the women in red may have a title together.
There's sped it up pretty quickly there. Oh, great get by Lopez. Oh,
Unbelievable, Lorna. Let court match point against.
I mean, what a dig by Lopez, and then that.
Dude.
Wow. Third match point saved.
Really
Wow.
tough play for Lopez there, backing up. You could see she was a little gimpy there.
That's what I mean.
Miss
I think
Zubori.
Zubori, Halbauer stay with this. They've sped it up a little here. Why not? The pressure's on Lopez and Page here. There it is.
Guy Lauren, take it away. What a match.
I don't think we could ask for anything better than that, Lauren.
Definitely not.
Halbauer Zubori, 6'4", 3'6", 7'5".
I mean,
Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
can't say enough about both teams there. And interesting enough, I mean, no one really took hold of the momentum until really the last minute of that match.
Yeah, I mean, every time I thought somebody was going to pull ahead, the other team caught up. And, they had to deal with that sun. Got really tough.
Oh, yeah, it was bad, right?
Really tough.
Dead center, right?
Yeah, I was sitting out there, and I was like, oh, gosh.
It's a little hazy, too.
Uh-huh.
It's like the worst sun. It's just magnified. But
And where you think you're going to see the ball, and then you lose it. And boy, there was a great crowd out there, and it's just, it's such a cliche, but it's really too bad someone had to lose.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, those last few points, Halbauer, Zubori just turned it on.
They did, right?
They
different gear.
They went to a different gear. They drove the ball where they could set one another up, because you saw Zubori spot driving, and then all of a sudden Halbauer would hit her backhand. And to be honest, probably learn from that going forward, right? Because that 1-2 punch is, where do you go, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem when you play them. Where do you go?
Well, they do that. You know what? I think both teams, you could see how important this match was to both teams, because they weren't going to give it away. You know what I mean? They weren't going to rush. They weren't going to press. And, I mean, I think they're all really good friends, and they're just such competitors. They just don't want to lose to one another. What a great thing for the women's game. I mean, I don't know the last, but, again, our 1 and 2 seeds in both sides. The women's draw, the men's draw, you know what I mean? And we were talking about it on previous streams, you and I, that, as much depth as there is in the game on the women's and men's side, there's still that separation at the top.
Sure. But, in the men's, I was looking at the scores that Powers and Nunez had to get to the finals. They won their first match easily, and then every single match has been 4 3-set grinds for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not
it's
like
crazy.
That's just nuts. I don't know how they're still walking today.
Yeah. And, we were talking about that yesterday, too, does that make them tougher going into this finals? And I don't think it hurts them.
I think we're going to go to the awards presentation now.
Awards presentation, our Patty Hogan right in the middle there.
Hello, everyone. What an amazing women's finals here. Canadian Country Club. Awesome match. One of the greatest matches of the season in years in women's championship play. 4 wonderful women, wonderful athletes. Congrats to them. Congrats to the extraordinary tournament committee who made this whole thing possible. I'd like to start off our award ceremony, if Anna would pay attention, by introducing APTA CEO Amin Kaduri.
Thank you, Patty. We're well worth it. Thank you, everyone, so much. Thank you, New Jersey, Penumbra, and this incredible committee of many volunteers who made this just an incredible finish to the season. What you've done here for Nationals, you've made us all so proud to be part of this sport. Thank you so much. I want to introduce one of the co-chairs of the many volunteers who made this possible, Blake Anderson. Thank you on behalf of the APTA. Thank you, guys. just want to say thank you to everybody, our sponsors, our big time sponsors, Land Rover and Sea Loss. None of this is possible without you guys. I want to thank the tournament committee, everybody up here, a couple not up here, but we worked tireless hours and it all came together in the end, and it's been a fantastic day so far. And finally, want to thank Canoe Brook. The staff here has been spectacular all week long leading up. So shout out to Albert and the team at Canoe Brook. Again, a fantastic week to paddle here. So thank you again.
Thank you, Blake. I would like to bring up the amazing finalists in today's event. Bean, Lopez, Pejic, we love you guys. Phenomenal. Didn't work out for you. Sorry about that, but you put on a great show. I know you were a little bit busy out there, but an amazing match that you guys played.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the amazing crowd. Playing in New Jersey feels special. It couldn't be even more special to me. Sorry. But yeah, no, thank you so much for everything. The organization was amazing. Thank you, Blake, program director. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, APTA, for everything. You guys put a lot of effort in this, and it really felt like we were fully professionals out here with everything. Of course, congratulations to Anna and Ellie. You guys are amazing. You deserve it, and happy for you guys. And yeah, we didn't know if I was gonna able to play last week. I rolled my ankle, so we are happy at least we showed up. We gave it all, and we still battle, and we were very close. And I hope Albie takes the win. Please, Albie. Please.
Okay, I don't know if there's anything left to say, but again, thank you for organization and everything. It was truly amazing. Lulu did such a good job, and everybody who was involved. We had a great time, great 3 days. Like he said, it would have been no sweeter if we got that. Those last 2 games that we really tried hard for. We had a tough tournament overall. Every match was a battle. We slightly ran out of juice in the end, but only because they really pushed us to the limit. They didn't give us much to work with. We all tried to do our best to win, and in the end, they won. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you to Equals 5 is my company, and they're sponsoring this tournament as well. They're supporting me. Thank you, my family back home. I miss you. I love you guys.
And let's not forget to thank all the volunteers who put a great amount of work to make all of this happen.
We are so proud of you guys. You are champions. Let's have the awards, the medals presented by Ann Waldron. And Karen Fosha and Melissa McGinn, amazing volunteers. Trophies.
sponsors and everyone, APTA for making this possible, all the directors. I mean, this has been fantastic. This has been one of the best weekends. So I also want to just say thank you to Margot and my family back home. Keep it short and sweet. Thank you. Oh, wait! Opponents! They played, they both pushed us to the end. Very, very fun match to play. Good job.
My speech is not going to be short. First of all, I would like to thank our opponents for pushing us so hard. Please don't do that in the future. I'm old. I honestly think we're probably 4 most aggressive players on tour, and this was the slowest match I've ever been part of. So if you're in Division 13, you can totally do this, right? I know that Bea was hurt, and I can't believe how well she played. You definitely almost outsmarted us with strategy. You wanted to play fast. You were smart and pushed us to our limits. A little more experience, but I have no doubt you're going to get the big trophy soon. I definitely want to thank APTA. Ever since we started playing this game, the advancement and improvement every single year we're seeing is incredible. This game is so fun, but you've made it so much better. This wouldn't be this special without all your effort. And also Blake, Rob, you guys did the most amazing job. This is worth of a WTA Masters. So we feel really privileged being part of this. I don't know who's hosting next year, but good luck. I also want to say, hold on a second, I want to thank probably my family who's probably drinking back home, Serbian friends. But I have a big announcement. In January, I texted Ellie, and she took over her fear of flying. She doesn't like to fly on an airplane, so she's always medicated. I never know how she's going to show up in our first round, but she showed up every single time. And then I thanked her for coming to Boston, and she told me, look, my boyfriend's back home. He told me if I win the Nationals, he's going to propose to me. So Danny is not here today. I really hope he shows up. The entire world of paddle is waiting the news. I'm sorry. And one last thing. This is really an amazing, Ellie, you're so good. Sometimes I need to pay attention when you start doing your things. I feel like I'm just a spectator. Thank you for stepping up. But I want to say big shout out to Floor. Floor is probably chasing Sophia somewhere. Floor played the best battle of her life before getting hurt, and it's a little bit unlucky. I just wanted to tell her where she got this trophy.
Thank you, Ellen, and congrats on your upcoming engagement. So I don't know if everybody here knows Pam Randazzo, but you need to know Pam. Pam, can you step forward here? A little presentation of how to get truth as well. Sorry, guys.
Oh my gosh, it has been such an incredible honor to host APTA Nationals here in Newburgh. It's just been spectacular. Thank you guys, everybody here, so much for everything. On behalf of Newburgh, I would like to present you a little memento from our club. This is in celebration of our 125th anniversary. Another paddle. You need more paddles. You can do different things with these paddles. Anyway, congratulations to both of you.
I'd like to bring Ann Waldron forward for the medal presentation again. And Leslie Stitch and Diane Brown, amazing volunteers for this match. everything with so many names of so many great national champions, including none other than Bobo Delaney, who's here in the crowd, giving out autographs already. Thanks for everyone for showing up, and congrats, guys. You guys, congrats to our 2026 national champions, Halbauer, Zubori, and congrats to the Pejic community, the members, the staff, all the volunteers. You guys hit a home run here this weekend. And for those of you here, we have a special raffle sponsored by our presenting sponsor, Land Rover Pacific, right here on our Land Rover Stadium Court. So let's bring forward.
The business owners that I'm working with have entrusted Corient in this work because we're really focused on supporting them in their important endeavors. They're functioning every day in their zone of genius, and their expectation of us is we're doing the same. My name is Anna Diaz. I'm a partner and wealth advisor at Corient. When we think about the work we're doing for our clients, we think about first financial, absolutely. It is not uncommon that our very successful business owners and clients are making disjointed decisions. Our job is to provide a proactive strategy so the filter in which they make these decisions is informed. Second is the emotional load. Our clients often are asking themselves, what am I missing? Our job is to remove that mental load so they feel that their strategy is optimized, is simplified, and is executed cleanly. And the third is generational. Absolutely, there is technical design that goes into that, but it is also the thoughtful impact they want to have with what they've created.